following is a special presentation of Digital Horizons, the leader in sports highlights entertainment.
Hello, Mr. Flexer. Welcome to the broadcast position.
Hello, Joe Dombrowski. It's an honor to be here. Let's quiet down for a minute.
That's funny, Chuck, because you just said to me, am I going to wrestle you? Well, now that you got your own entrance music, what's the next step? And here we are in the first match again, so I might as well be wrestling you. You know what, Norm? If you want to be responsible for the biggest mismanaging of anyone since Eric Bischoff let Stone Cold Steve Austin go, that's fine. Because I will take my name and I will take it and apply it anywhere else that's willing to pay me the fee that I demand. But what I will guarantee tonight is that you will not see a Eradicator. You will, however, see a Vendetta. And if there's one thing I'm going to guarantee tonight, it's victory. And this is just the first victory towards my march to the championship.
Vendetta, accompanied by delicious Jimmy DeMarco. They call themselves the Hollywood Balds, or at least Jimmy DeMarco refers to them as that. Vendetta likes to call them the Vendetta Nation, but they are 2/4, one half of the Gambino family that's been re-strengthened in recent months. But you want to talk about strength and talk about power. Member of the Unholy Alliance, only one in attendance here tonight to my knowledge.
Weighs in at 260 pounds, and from the lower streets of E-Town,
baddest individuals you'll come across in an IWC, being former IWC Heavyweight Champion, certainly looking to refocus himself after the destruction of the Unholy Alliance in recent months. Dean Radford going one-on-one momentarily with Vendetta.
You know what? I've spent a lot of time at the Coalition of Competition, and before this change of heart that Dean Radford had a long time ago, he came down there and he taught me a few things. I got in there and tied up with him a little bit. I've only been there once since he's joined the Unholy Alliance, and I won't get in the ring with him down there since, because he gets down there and he'll destroy you.
Certainly, Dean Radford had a whole new lease on life ever since joining the Unholy Alliance. No longer the mentor that he and so many other men were back when they were pre-Unholy Alliance. And certainly we've touched on it a few times in recent months. Shirley Doe, Sebastian Dark, both released from the International Wrestling Cartel. Their contracts expired, not renewed. So Norm Connor certainly neutralizing the threat of the Unholy Alliance at his first legal opportunity as Radford backs Vendetta up into the corner, but Vendetta returns the favor. This is going to be a power-based matchup. Two men very well put together in that ring.
Vendetta certainly has the size and the strength where Dean Radford might have a little bit of a match on his hands.
Certainly, Radford does have the experience edge, but Vendetta, so determined. We've talked about the Vendetta he's been on against IWC management, thinks he's being overlooked and underappreciated, thinks that he's wise beyond his years and he wants the whole world handed to him. Keep in mind, Vendetta, still technically just a rookie. He's only been wrestling about a year. And check out the right hands unloading on Dean Radford, now center of the ring. Bobby Williams is the referee assigned to this contest as Radford with a reversal leapfrog, great agility by the big man. Vendetta coming back around, walks right in to a spinning heel kick from the big man Radford.
And you talk about Vendetta having a vendetta against IWC. It's not just IWC management. I was actually in a Denny's with him once. The waitress didn't bring his coffee. He waited and waited and waited quietly. Finally, he couldn't take it anymore. He stood up, demanded his hot beverage, and whenever the management came out from there, let's just say he made a little bit more of a mess than he's doing to Dean Radford right now, and just gave him a leg drop off the top.
From the second up guillotine leg drop by Dean Radford, lateral press, kick out. Certainly both men have their fair share of egos, but what about this alliance between Vendetta and Jimmy DeMarco? Certainly not something you'd expect to see, but ever since Mickey Marshall Gambino captured their second tag team championship, they recruited Vendetta to be the muscle. They reconciled with the family and Jimmy DeMarco, and it seems these guys have been at a new lease on life, a new focus in the ring, but that didn't stop Vendetta from colliding, as we have a near fall here, colliding into a huge train named Ray Rowe about a month ago, and we'll see that come to a head later tonight when the Cleveland Mafia take on the Gambino match in a tag team contender elimination match. More on that later, but certainly as somebody who's trained with Vendetta over the past couple of years, you know quite a bit about this individual. How has this man evolved from a young kid with a dream to this egomaniac we've seen today?
Oh, well, we started around the same time, and we both, well, let's just say I went down one path and he went down a different one. He has bitterness for the business and bitterness for the people that gave him so much, taught him so much, and I don't know why he's like this.
We'll see. How he develops. Certainly, Jimmy DeMarco getting into his head. Never a good thing either. As Dean Radford dominating the action on the outside of the ring. Dean Radford's a brawler through and through. Certainly, that's what he does best: is exploit his power and size advantage. And Radford into the cover, gets two and no. Vendetta able to sneak out the right shoulder. Radford has Vendetta back to the vertical base and just a hard right to the jaw. Radford plays with him here. You got to wonder how Radford's going to be able to get back on the ball here, back on the winning ways, now that he doesn't have his heavies. Oh, wait a second. Hard knife edge chop. Nowhere for Vendetta to go. Second time drills him. And those chops will certainly, they'll take your breath away and they'll stop your heart.
Yes, they will.
Radford has him right where he wants him, into the opposite side. Side slam coming up, drills him. Dean Radford into another cover too, but not enough body on body certainly, and Vendetta able to kick out, as I mentioned a moment ago. Radford doesn't have his heavies around him anymore. Shirley Doe, Hentai, Sebastian, Dark Abyss. There's no more strength in numbers. Radford's got to rededicate his style, rededicate his focus, and certainly he and Hentai still associating themselves with one another. They scored a victory over the Gambinos just a month ago, which certainly led into the formation of this match as well, as Vendetta sneaks out of an attempted Radicator, and Vendetta drops Radford with a Vendetta-nator. Vendetta lives up to his pre-match promise.
He's not pinning him, though.
And that is a huge mistake. I think even Jimmy DeMarco, very frustrated on the outside. Vendetta not going for the fall. That is one of Vendetta's two signature maneuvers. He had the big 6'2", 260 animal down, and he did not pin him. Drills him with a very rock-style spine buster, but Dean Radford right back to his feet, and Radford gonna show how it's done with the grace of Double-A Arn Anderson. Dean Radford drills him. And you're not going to get to any championships in this or any other promotion if you hit a signature move and don't cover the guy. And Dean Radford is making Vendetta pay for it right now. Cover by Radford, and no.
Can he come back from his mistake, though? Can Vendetta
5 minutes gone by.
get the upper hand again?
Well, that's the big question on our hands right now. Vendetta not completely loopy right now. No idea where he is. May have bounced the back of his head right off at the bottom of that canvas, that external occipital protuberance, as it were, as Dean Radford now goes up top. Not many men this size go high risk like this very often, but Radford does it. and nobody home on the elbow attempt. Vendetta back up to his feet quickly, but Vendetta still in noticeable pain from the Radford spine buster earlier. Great crowd we have on hand this evening. Weather conditions have been treacherous all week, but fans braving the storms to come see IWC action live. Radicator attempt, referee gets nudged.
Oh, he's got the powder to the eyes.
And Jimmy DeMarco with a double handful of powder.
That Weasley little guy.
Vendetta with a Uranagi rock bottom, call it whatever the heck you want. Vendetta just stole a win over Dean Radford.
The winner of this contest, Vendetta!
Vendetta made a very, very major mistake in that matchup, not going for the cover when he should have, but thanks to his Hollywood Bald / Vendetta Nation teammate, Jimmy DeMarco, double handful of powder in that ring, blinds Dean Radford, and Vendetta gets a bargain basement victory here.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing to you first, making his way towards the ring, from parts unknown, weighing in at 172 pounds, the bomber, Michael Facade.
We're looking at the man that likes to be referred to as a suburban terrorist. Michael the Bomber Facade, still very young into his IWC and professional wrestling career, but already making his mark in the rankings.
Another man who I've trained with. I've worked him a lot with the coalition of competition, and he is one tough cookie.
We've seen him brave the elements of both of the Bulldog these past few shows, but now taking on a man making his IWC debut.
And his opponent, making his IWC debut, he hails from Memphis, Tennessee, weighs in at 218 pounds, simply marvelous, Mitch Ryder.
You see on the back of that gorgeous ring robe, simply marvelous, as he likes to call himself, Mitch Ryder, a 15-year veteran, making his very first appearance here tonight for the International Wrestling Cartel.
How come this is his first appearance? How come he hasn't been here before?
Well, I don't know. Maybe there was some kind of snag in the contract negotiations. Mitch Ryder looks like a guy who carries quite a hefty list of requirements for the use of his services, would you say? Mitch Ryder, well known all over the country, stand out in the Midwest, stand out in the East Coast, has appeared for so many promotions all over the North American continent, and finally he is here in the best promotion in Pennsylvania today, the International Wrestling Cartel, and Mitch Ryder with a feather boa, very Larry Sweeney-like, if I do say so myself, and certainly Mitch Ryder seems like another individual with no shortage of an ego, but he can't underestimate Michael the Bomber Facade. And did Facade just hand CJ Sensation, our referee, a can of spray paint out of his garb?
His garb?
His attire?
Oh, his attire.
Why is well, I guess I answer my own question, the suburban terrorist carrying around spray paint?
Well, I've seen him actually out in some back alleys where I live, and he likes to write his name around.
You see, simply marvelous Mitch Ryder already getting on the case of so many of our fans here. Mitch Ryder grew up watching and certainly involved in the Memphis wrestling scene, the Southern wrestling scene, thinks that that style of wrestling is the way things should be, and I think he resents a lot of these young kids coming in and innovating with a newer style, a more high-flying style, more daring style. Mitch Ryder, not a fan of that type of wrestling. He wants to keep it basic like it was back in the day, and I think he feels a little bit offended that these new kids are coming along, not to call Facade a kid, but these younger athletes are coming along and, well, raising the bar a little bit.
Are they really raising the bar, though, or are they making it easier for themselves? I mean, way back in the day, if you will, whenever you have to actually wrestle and you couldn't just jump off ropes and kick people with your feet or whip your dreads at them, I mean, what's the deal?
Side headlock by Mitch Ryder. As you can see, he being very basic so far. Mitch Ryder's reputation supersedes himself. Very sneaky individual, very conniving individual, not above cheating. He's a lot like Larry Sweeney. In fact, I saw them talking to each other earlier tonight. I don't know if that's any indication of what kind of attitude these individuals have with each other. But Ryder able to take down Facade in the opening moments of this contest. Certainly Facade, maybe 6 months or so in the ring compared to 15 years. The experience edge definitely in the edge of the Marvelous One.
Yeah, I saw them tossing back the flamboyance in the locker room, meaning Larry Sweeney and Mitch, and let me tell you, just thinking about the competition that they could, if they got a match together, their old school styles, that would be real wrestling, real great wrestling, not the flippy stuff, not the loose clothes, dreaded hair, spray painting styles of kids like Michael the Bomber Facade.
You're starting to sound like your own grandfather there as Ryder hits the shoulder tackle, takes him down, and I don't know what that was, but I'm surprised Ryder and Sweeney's egos both fit in the same damn building. But Ryder very happy of himself, taking down Michael Facade. But what about the incidents Facade has been involved in recent months involving Bubba the Bulldog? Bubba says that he's challenging Kurt Angle, he's made contact with Kurt Angle, and he's challenged Kurt Angle, who Bubba did help train some years ago, to a match in an IWC ring. We've seen Bubba use the Angle Slam, we've seen him use the ankle lock to send a message, but the question is Kurt Angle really listening and watching to Bubba the Bulldog's outbursts here at the expense of Facade?
You have to expect it's getting back to him one way or another, and if he ever does answer the challenge, that'll be something really big for IWC and the fans.
Facade, a couple quick takedowns to Ryder. Ryder tries to scoop up satellite head scissors. Takes down the Marvelous One, who is on the outside of the ring, and certainly he did not expect such offense out of somebody still so inexperienced.
Well, why should he? He doesn't want to experience that flipping and flying around. He wants to mat wrestle him, take him down, choke him out maybe.
Well, Mitch Ryder in his own words wants to, and I quote, make all the greenhorns pay their dues, and I guess that's what he wants to do with Michael Facade in this match right now.
What color was that spray paint, by the way? Was it lime green or forest green?
I'm not a spray paint aficionado, and I don't trust you with a can of spray paint either, so you stay right here. As Ryder catches Facade with a shot, and now blatantly digging away at the face and eyes of the Bomber. And you notice the referee in this matchup is CJ Sensation. A lot's been swirling about CJ Sensation too. Of course, what a remarkable return to in-ring competition he made. Overcoming a broken neck some years ago, overcoming Sebastian Dark and the rest of the Unholy Alliance. A great feel-good story. But with the firing of Stephen Coulter, he was put back into the striped shirt for now, put back into the ring as the third man. Gotta wonder CJ Sensation's viewpoint on that, but regardless, great to have an upstanding, respectable, honest officiating staff in IWC across the board these past couple shows.
You know, I saw someone that looked like Stephen Coulter whenever I was tightening the ropes during intermission on the last event. I saw someone that he looked like he was standing around the fans here.
Coulter was here in attendance and luckily didn't get involved. I don't know what his motives were, but that guy's fired. He's out of here. He was on the take, crooked referee for a lot of months here in this company. Check out Ryder with a back elbow. Ryder keeping a very simple, basic style, but he doesn't need flash to get it done. He's very effective in what he does, and a deep hook of the leg almost got a count of 3. Now cinching in that reverse chin lock. Just trying to sap all the strength out of Facade. Notice Ryder over top of Facade, making Facade carry Ryder's body weight. And Facade back up to the vertical base, has the opportunity now to break free of that hold. buries the knee right into the midsection. Facade tried to run in, but Ryder had it scouted. Another example of sometimes, especially in the case of Mitch Ryder, less can be more.
5 minutes gone by, 15 minutes remaining.
Hard knife edge, and oh, now Ryder opening up that, I guess you call it a gi. Is that what you call it? Martial arts type attire. I'm not sure what the exact term for it would be. But Facade, that just served to awaken the suburban terrorist, who's now chopping away at Ryder himself, and down go the straps. And
exposing the skin.
Not in Jerry Lawler fashion either. That exposes the skin, as you just said, makes the chop sting that much more. Connects with a back kick as well. Ryder, however, able to recover into the buckle, just waiting for him. Drops him hard with a power slam. Cover and no. Facade able to kick out, but you notice not a lot of life left in the bomber at this stage. Slams him down, and it looks like marvelous Mitch Ryder looking to finish this match off. Second turnbuckle on the inside, misses with the leg drop, lands right on that tailbone. Manhattan drop by Facade, keeping the focus on that part of the body. Now to the outside, and Ryder's not gonna like this. Gonna spring with a spinning heel kick. Flashing high impact offense for 3. No. What a slap in Mitch Ryder's face it would be if Facade could beat Mitch Ryder with the very style of wrestling that Ryder is insulted by.
That may just give him. Did he have him here?
Facade hits the K-Brada cover, but another kick out.
Frustration in Facade's eyes.
Well, Facade can feel it now. He's got that second burst of adrenaline. He is back in the game right now. Springs up to the top rope in one leap. Facade gonna put it all on the line here. Crossbody connects, but I'll check out. Rolls with him, and Mitch Ryder got the win. He might have had some tights.
That's old school pulling of the tights, though.
Here is your winner, simply marvelous Mitch Ryder.
Old school pulling of the tights. Well, Mitch Ryder is victorious by hook or crook, no matter how shady it may be. Michael Facade was defeated by the 15-year veteran, but not on the up and up. Very immoral victory by Mitch Ryder. Chris Maverick.
Hi,
Mom.
Handicap Eliminator Tag Team match scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first team number 1 at a total combined weight of 633 pounds. The team of Mickey, Marshall, Jimmy, the Gambino brothers.
A few months ago, Mickey and Marshall Gambino got back on the same page, reunited with their once ousted cousin, reformed the family, and added Vendetta to the stable as an extra bit of muscle. They captured the IWC Tag Team titles for the second time, but time will tell to see if they can stay as a tight-knit, oiled unit. And this matchup's going to go a long way because they're facing a team they have a very rich and storied past with. And these are two teams, Mr. Maverick, you also have a very storied past with. You were right in the trenches of that four-way tag team rivalry through the second half of 2006 involving these two teams, your former clients and your current clients.
At a total combined weight of 497 pounds, they hail from Cleveland, Ohio, the Queen of J-Rock, Ray Rowe, the Cleveland Mafia.
Ray Rowe has been an unstoppable machine since entering the International Wrestling Cartel about 1 year ago. Chair shots, double teams, triple teams. The only thing that's really kept Ray Rowe down for any amount of time was a 4-on-1 gang attack here in this building 4 weeks ago from all 4 members of the Gambino family when J-Rock was not in attendance. That's one of the main factors that led to this match being made. Cleveland Mafia out for revenge on the very shady attack by the Gambinos, whose connections are already well known in this world.
Connections to what?
Certain other Italian businessmen rolling up carpets and moving trucks and all that stuff. We know that story.
I don't know that story.
Well, I'll tell you off air.
1 second.
Let's hear from J-Rock.
What we're doing tonight, Dan. Give it up one time. That's right. One time for the Cleveland Mafia.
Give it up one time, Joe.
Well,
One time.
I'll get on that.
Gambino brothers, you're very smart. You're very smart. Last month, Ray Rowe was here by himself. I had a little family emergency I had to take care of. And you got the best of Ray Rowe last month, 3-on-1. So tonight, we talked to Norm Connors. We got him to throw the rules out. You might not have signed for a street fight that, hey, you know what? Ray Rowe, look at him. You said we were going to grab the bull by the horns. You didn't say we were bringing the penis and testicles with it.
Wow. I thought this was a family show.
Testicles, but goopy saggy balls right there.
Well, it used to be.
You didn't sign for a street fight, but you're getting that ass whooped tonight. Because it's a street fight Mafia style.
Well, that works both ways, both for the Cleveland Mafia and the Gambinos. But Mickey Marshall and Delicious Jimmy DeMarco did not count on a 3-on-2 street fight here. This is a rematch from a matchup these two teams had some months ago. That's how the Gambinos captured their second tag team titles, but certainly times have changed, and the Gambinos scurrying like a bunch of mice away from J-Rock and Ray Rowe, dead set on revenge. As this matchup begins on the outside, Maverick, Jimmy DeMarco hiding behind some kind of doorway.
Jimmy DeMarco's got some speed on him. I mean, you got to figure he's at least, what, 4'3", 4'2" speed. Smaller man, probably better endurance than Ray Rowe.
Well, Jimmy DeMarco could probably outrun Ray Rowe, but I sincerely doubt he can outfight him. And DeMarco and Ray Rowe chasing each other to the back. It's J-Rock on the outside with Marshall the Bull Gambino. I have no clue where nice guy Mickey has went. There he is on the
right
outside.
there, passing the photographer and the cameraman.
There we see Mickey now. And Mickey cuts off J-Rock. You know,
I got to compliment you on this new equipment here we got.
well, hey, we're moving up in the world, Maverick. But I do want to touch on your matchup later tonight, certainly with sexual harassment opposing Babyface.
Number one contender, sexual harassment, my team. The future IWC Tag Team Champions.
But they're opposing Babyface Fire, Shima Zion, Jason Gory, and
the past.
Well, Danshoku Dino, who's a former DDT Pro Tag Champion from Japan, and well, there's been a lot of speculation about his
what?
orientation. I mean,
He stands upright. He's Homo sapien.
He's Homo something or other. We think Eric might be, but
Might be what?
I think we can confirm Danshoku Dino. He is well, gay.
He's gay?
He has to be. I mean, there's videotapes around the world. There's Reputation. I mean, I've seen him wrestle. It's the most profane thing I've ever seen.
Wait a minute.
He's extremely gay. He's highly gay. He's the gay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, that's got to be. I mean, and that makes me a little uneasy about this match later tonight as the Gambinos go colliding. But something for you to think about in the back of your mind. I mean, how do you combat that? You're going to be in the ring with this guy. He's gonna touch you.
Plus, you know, I've been sick. I got the sciatica. My back is. Oh man, ow.
Exactly. J-Rock. I'll check this out. Went to send Mickey and forgot about Marshall. Double team offense. Side slamming an elbow. Lateral press. Bobby Williams gets 2 and no. And got to mention Ray Rowe and Jimmy DeMarco still running throughout this building somewhere.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in a while. I wonder where did they go? They went out through the entrance. They could be.
That's smart by DeMarco. He can outlast Ray Rowe as far as stamina goes. I would think he has the smaller frame.
And it still leaves J-Rock on a 2-1 gay.
Yes.
2-on-1 disadvantage here.
J-Rock's been isolated just like Ray Rowe was 4 weeks ago during that 4-on-1 mugging we saw at A New Beginning 2, and certainly here at Accept No Limitations 3. Mafia hoping for some revenge, but the 3-on-2 numbers advantage certainly not playing in their favor here. The Gambinos dominating the majority of this matchup. Marshall sends J-Rock vaulting to the back. Keep in mind, this is a eliminator match among the tag title contenders. We're going to determine who could get a tag title shot upcoming and who's going to be pushed down those rankings based on who wins or loses in this match.
Against future tag team champion sexual harassment.
If you want to say that, sure. I've given up on arguing with you over these months, but
A lot of power from Marshall Bull Gambino. That's got to hurt my back hurts too. I don't know if I mentioned.
Oh. Do you have a doctor's note on you by chance?
I might have to call. I'm gonna make a call later.
I bet. Elbow shot. Well, another fine mess you've gotten yourself into, Mr. Maverick, is the Gambinos.
My leg.
Certainly, yeah. Dominating J-Rock here. More double team offense. Back suplex into a neck breaker. And the Gambinos feeling pretty good about themselves right now. 2-on-1. And keep in mind, the Cleveland Mafia, oh God. DeMarco back out here. Ray Rowe exploding into the ring. Look out. Rowe just hurled DeMarco back into the arena, and Ray Rowe comes into the ring. Look out. Over and T-bone by this suplex machine. Belly to belly on 280 plus of Marshall Gambino. DeMarco in the ring. Good night. Head and arm trap. Overhead.
On his head. One-man wrecking crew here. Ray Rowe.
Another explosion of aggression from the mixed martial arts trained killer, Ray Rowe. And now the Cleveland Mafia able to battle back. It's about as even as it's going to get right now. 3-on-2, but the 3 is at the disadvantage. That's how much power Ray Rowe possesses. Oh, look at this. Jimmy DeMarco just completely limp on the apron. That cannot be healthy. But meanwhile, his cousins Mickey and Marshall Gambino
not doing much better, are they?
They continue to be assaulted here. And check out J-Rock.
Oh, wait. Shh. I want to hear this.
Chop time.
Oh! See the handprint on his chest there?
A sickening thud.
5 minutes gone by, 15 minutes remaining.
On the chest of Mickey Gambino. And check out the expressionless look from Ray Rowe. He damn near murders people in these matches, but he never shows emotion.
See, that's wrong right there. The fans should not be involved in a match. Only actual competitors should ever be involved in the match. Like, unless your name is signed. I never involve myself in a match that I'm not signed.
Of course not.
And I'm not a Garbanzo fan, but this is wrong.
But unlike any matchup you're out there during, this is a street fight, so anything and everything is legal. Oh, they got Mickey Goozled. Just back up. Oh no. Look out. Ow. Back and head first into that hard. What is that, a metal door?
I think that's nuts. See, he's gonna get the sciatica too, just like me. Get that crook.
The sciatica.
The sciatica, yeah.
Meanwhile, Marshall Gambino.
Arthritis.
And check out the Cleveland Mafia. Now they've isolated the Gambinos, and now it's 2-on-1 advantage Mafia, but Marshall the Bull battling right back, and Ray Rowe takes a metal door.
Ray Rowe is down.
But
a lot of power from Marshall Gambino. You don't see. Oh!
Side Russian leg sweep. That is a thin layer of padding over this basketball floor.
We're not seeing Ray Rowe right now, but I believe he's still down in the corner. You don't see a lot of men put Ray Rowe down. And Jimmy DeMarco also still down. Marshall Gambino looks like he may be in charge of this match.
Bodies strewn all over the Court Time Sports Center. Looks like a car wreck. And DeMarco goes for the poke to the eyes. The classic move always works.
And it's a street fight, like you said.
No eye machine at the gym, as it's been said many times. And Mickey Gambino still having severe back problems, and Ray Rowe just now getting to his feet. I don't think I've ever seen Ray Rowe knocked down that long, except for maybe that 4-on-1 attack, and Mickey just ate a forearm shot from Ray Rowe. His action continues to spill all over this building. Now you can see J-Rock unloading on Marshall the Bull Gambino, as all 5 of these men have taken so much out of each other in just these past 7 or 8 minutes, and Mickey shoulder first into the post as J-Rock continues to unload on DeMarco off camera. We're looking at the 2 biggest men of this matchup, Marshall the Bull and Ray Rowe. Check out the Mafia again, isolating one member of the Gambino family.
Mafia sandwich right there.
And the Cleveland Mafia enjoying themselves now. They've got Marshall Gambino right where they want him. They got all the Gambinos right where they want him.
I'm sorry. So I wonder if the Mafia, I'm going to have to ask Joe, I'm wondering does the Mafia have ties to organized crime? Because, a name like that, Cleveland Mafia, that sort of implies a certain kind of connections that, I'm just saying,
Well, that's...
Because I don't approve of that sort of thing in wrestling. I mean... And these other guys, they're innocents. They're, you know, movers, piano movers or something?
They are movers, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. They have an Italian business that we don't know where it's located or anything about it. We know they have a moving truck and a lot of rolled up carpet.
What does them being Italian have to do? Are you implying something derogatory about our Italian brethren? It's a great country. I mean, the Italians have as many rights as anybody else.
I'm a big fan of Italians in general, but wait a second. The Cleveland Mafia has
This is a little unorthodox.
Cleveland Mafia has a fan, and the fan's body just closed on a couple Gambinos.
Yeah, okay. There's like 18 lawsuits. Yeah.
Wow. You want to talk about innovation? Only here in the International Wrestling Cartel.
What the hell?
The Cleveland Mafia using that gentleman as a glorified battering ram, taking down the Gambinos. And it's all legal because it's a damn street fight.
Yeah, I don't know that I approve of that.
Well,
using a fan as a weapon, what is this?
Certainly nothing worse than the Gambinos did last month. Oh,
this
God.
does not look good.
Ray Rowe looking to suplex Marshall on those solid steel bleachers, and there's nowhere to land there that's pretty. Look out. Oh, God. Did you see that body bounce over the edge of that bleacher? That's 280 pounds crashing into solid, bent, contorted steel.
J-Rock can't even believe this.
I don't think anybody can believe this.
Oh, he's down.
And I don't think he's getting up.
Head on metal.
And check out the eyes of Ray Rowe. A killer, a suplex machine. And no remorse at all.
10 minutes gone by, 10 minutes remain.
That's the crowd chanting, holy cow there.
Yeah.
Holy cow. That was cow.
We've called this a tag title contender eliminator. They may eliminate these guys the hard way. Mickey goes face first in one of our other bleachers propped up here. Used for often overflow crowds here at the Courttime Sports Center. And J-Rock just mutilating Mickey Gambino on the outside. In the ring, Jimmy DeMarco flailing away with wild shots on Ray Rowe. I don't think Ray Rowe felt a thing. Oh, good night, Jimmy DeMarco.
Oh.
Overhead release, belly to belly, right on the back of the neck.
I don't even know where anybody else other than DeMarco and Rowe are right now. It doesn't matter. Oh, wait, there was somebody with a...
Mickey with a chair, he gets caught.
Now J-Rock with the chair.
Dino in the ring, Ray Rowe ready to drill Jimmy DeMarco, but on the outside is the story. J-Rock with a chair. No, the referee just took the chair. I don't know if I agree with that call in a street fight.
And Rowe just killed DeMarco.
I think the referee just grabbed that chair, and in the ring, Ray Rowe drilled DeMarco. One more time. Wait, that's Vendetta. Vendetta on the bottom of the screen.
Holding his leg.
And Vendetta just tripped up Ray Rowe. And DeMarco had his feet on the rope. Come on.
I believe you have not...
Vendetta just screwed Ray Rowe and the Cleveland Mafia. Hooked the feet. DeMarco put his feet on the ropes. Two men cheating at the exact same time. That's what it took to keep down this mammoth of a man, this suplex machine Ray Rowe, and the Gambino family wins it.
But the book only says win. And right now, Jimmy Delicious DeMarco has a pinfall victory over Ray Rowe and J-Rock behind.
Well, J-Rock has every right to be upset about the ending of that match. DeMarco sent in. Oh no. Got him trapped. Good God.
I don't think a neck's supposed to bend like that.
Half and half suplex. And now Mickey Gambino trying to help his cousin. Marshall Gambino is still down and out below the bleachers. Meanwhile, Mickey and DeMarco both get annihilated by Ray Rowe. Oh, we saw a little bit of this last month. We're going to see it again. Ray Rowe has Vendetta. Let him go.
Let him go. You don't see that?
Oh, J-Rock wants him for himself. Elevates him. Hard power bomb. And now Ray Rowe to put the finishing touches on Vendetta. Dragon
dragon suplex, dragon release suplex. Gambino family gets the win. They move up in the rankings, but the Mafia get the last word, annihilating every single of the 4 members of the family. Wow, what a showing.
Yeah, that's you're gonna have to find somebody else to do the rest of the show. I need to go. I'm gonna call my doctor and my secretary. I got a neurologist on call.
You do that. You
acupuncturist. Yeah, but yeah.
You may need a proctologist by the time this match is done later tonight. So we wish you luck later tonight, Maverick, as your team with sexual harassment to take on Babyface Flyer, Danshoku, Dino. It's going to be the weirdest 6-man tag team match ever coming up later tonight. So how about the Cleveland Mafia major statement made over the Gambinos? Gambinos win, but the Mafia do not go quietly. Piper Showtime Eric Young 4 weeks ago in a Super Indy 6 qualifying matchup, but in very dubious circumstances, Sweeney cheated with his feet on the ropes to get the victory. I think this picture pretty much speaks for itself.
Bad time, because you didn't let me ask Pittsburgh the most important question of the evening, which is,
oh no,
is Larry Sweeney looking good tonight or what? Good dang right. You know, tonight's an important night, Pittsburgh, for many reasons, but one of them is that tonight is the eve of Larry Sweeney's birthday. So I just want to encourage everyone out here, as much as I don't like you, okay, I want to encourage everyone out here, please take me seriously for a second. Buy me, it's going to be a present for me and a present for everybody here. And in addition, head on over to the merchandise table and purchase yourself a luscious 2 tickets to Larry Dice t-shirt.
Luscious.
A present for me, a present for you. But all joking aside, you know, tonight's a non-title match for my Texarkana TV title, and how much better will I look in several months when it is the Super Indy Championship belt that is wrapped around my waist.
It's a very real possibility.
Last month I beat Eric Young, and guess what, Showtime? Let's revisit some fond memories.
Well, could Sweeney overcome perhaps the most inspirational athlete in TNA for the second time?
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponents, and from an undisclosed location, IWC Deep Confidential by the Eric Young Society, here is Showtime, Eric Young!
Eric Young Society? Well, you're looking at Showtime Eric Young. You saw those foam fingers a moment ago. Don't fire Eric. The most paranoid individual I have ever seen. I think he's running from our cameraman right now. As Eric Young prepares for a rematch against Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney. Rematch from 4 weeks ago when it was a Super Indy 6 qualifying matchup. And it looks like we're going to hear from the one and only Eric Young.
You know, I told you what my alias was, and no one found out so far, but I'm really Sidney Crosby. You know, things are going really good for us and the rest of the Penguins. Me and Mario sat down, we had a long discussion about you, pal. You know, Larry, last time we were here, you beat me, but I had a dream that we wrestled, and you beat me in my dream too, and I found that very unfair. So tonight, we're going to start. It's the comeback trail for me. He's up on me too, once in real life and once in my dream. And tonight I'm going to try to even the odds and get on the right comeback trail. And I'm going to show you, Mary Sweeney, Max Champ, whatever that. There's no time like showtime.
No time like showtime, and no time like the present, no time like before the bell for Larry Sweeney to jump Showtime Eric Young and jumpstart this matchup. Sweet and sour Larry Sweeney with those trademark feather boas draped all over him, as always, going one-on-one with Showtime Eric Young. And Sweeney certainly looking to make it 2-0, or I guess it's 3-0 in Showtime Eric Young's mind. Here against the paranoid Pied Piper of TNA as Eric Young walks into an elbow. Drop down, however, Eric Young connects with a Luthez press and hammers away on Larry Sweeney. And all this started, as I mentioned, at the Super Indy 6 qualifying matchup last month, and Super Indy 6 will be April 14th, coming up at the Courtime Sports Center, Elizabeth, PA. Already confirmed for that tournament, Jerry Lynn, Azrael, certainly Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney, as well as Jay Lethal. 4 spots to be determined, and Chuck Roberts now joining us. Super Indy 6 has the potential to be better than ever before.
There's no question that Super Indy 6 is going to be the best of all time. I know that's probably cliche in the wrestling world when you're talking about an upcoming event, but just as you mentioned, that roster, the list reads like the who's who, and we've never had a star-studded roster like this before in Super Indy history.
Eric Young, taking advantage of Larry Sweeney's short attention span, pulls him right back up into the ring. But what are your views, Chuck, as, now it's not a legal hold when it's outside the ring. Now it's legal. But what are your views on Larry Sweeney using his feet on the ropes last month to beat Showtime Eric Young to get into Super Indy 6?
Well, you know, it's definitely, you know, an honor to be in the event, and so many men are gunning to be in Super Indy. And I have to say, sometimes it's not a matter of how you get there, as long as you get there. And let's look at it this way. Showtime Eric Young is not in Super Indy 6, and of course Larry Sweeney is, so I guess there's some justification for that.
Well, certainly he got away with it. You can't discredit that, but check out that amazing field. Jerry Lynn, 20-plus year veteran, can still keep up with men half his age. Jay Lethal, youngest man on the TNA roster today, only 21 years of age, already made huge strides in his career. Azrael, top prospect in the New York, New Jersey area, big star on the rise as well. And of course, Larry Sweeney, we've seen firsthand the kind of damage he can do in that ring. Alleged multiple time, I don't even remember what it is, 15, 20,
no idea.
27-time ICW, ICWA, Texarkana television champion. Fictitious title, not recognized anywhere.
No, I don't believe it is, and in fact, I think I've announced it wrong a few times, and he doesn't forget to tell me in the back after it's over. I can't follow that. But, you know, that's what's interesting about this time of year at IWC. I know firsthand, Norm Connors gets so many phone calls from guys saying, hey, do you got a spot? Can I be in a qualifier? And like I said, I have never heard an all-star studded roster for a Super Indy tournament like the one that's coming up in just a few short months here for IWC. And it's certainly an event that I look forward to because it's one of our biggest 2 events of the year, Joe.
Absolutely right. And if you want an indication of how star-studded that tournament is, look at the guys that didn't qualify. Look at Nobutaka Moribe. Look at Jason Cage. And certainly look at the man on the outside of the ring in pain right now, Eric Young. They didn't make the cut. Now, that tells you a lot about the prestige of the tournament. Yeah,
and not to mention that there are a lot of guys I know, and I'm sure you know too, that are upset in the back as, well, take a look at this. This again is doing anything you can to win, as we saw last month, as you said, Joe, as Larry Sweeney, I guess, decided to take the short road. But anyways, back to what I was saying, all the guys in the back who are upset with the fact that they aren't in Super Indy. You know, that's one thing that's interesting about this tournament. If you've won the tournament, if you've participated in the past, that doesn't guarantee you a spot year to year. It just doesn't. Only the best will be involved in Super Indy, and Super Indy 6 is no exception.
And of course, it's every year tradition that the current Super Indy champion, as they have a cover link 2 count, the current Super Indy champion relinquishes that title
to go to the winner of Super Indy 6. So certainly that's right up into the championship scene, regardless of how few or often you've been around before. And that puts you right in contention with whoever that champion is. Big stakes in that tournament. A little bit different than we normally see here in this country, but that just makes it all the more special.
It does. And you can't help but feel a little bit almost, but the nature of the title, you can't help but feel just a little bit of sympathy for Troy Lords, who, very well, could have a short title reign, but, based on the fact that we hold it up annually, despite who's the champion, it's just the way, the timing. I mean, I guess it's better to have been a champion than to be no champion at all.
Certainly right. Double arm suplex into an ear fall. And especially after how much Troy Lords has done, the 7-year journey finally culminating last month with that win over fabulous John McChesney. Troy Lords, you're going to have to kill him to get that title up in his waist.
That was one of the highlights of my IWC career, announcing him as the new Super Indy champion, because I had goosebumps, because I know I've had a great opportunity to get to know Troy Lords outside of the wrestling ring, and I know what that title means to him. I know where that title puts him as far as the pecking order in IWC, and he went up at least 5 notches. And some argue, the old school style of ranking wrestling, he arguably could be the #1 contender for the IWC championship. Again, that's, I guess, an arguable statement, but when you're a champion, that has to put you up that ladder in the pecking order as far as title shots are concerned.
Very, very true. And check this out, Larry Sweeney, more nefarious actions in the corner. Have you ever seen such a, check this out, Eric Young goes up and over, gets that shoulder tackle into Larry Sweeney, now up underneath. Eric Young starts off offense with a belly-to-belly suplex, cover 2 and no. Have you ever seen 2 more contrasting personalities than the ego of Larry Sweeney as we see a crucifix pin 2 and no, contrasted with the jittery, unsure, paranoid Eric Young?
Oh, not at all. And I have to say, as part of his persona, he is, jittery and paranoid, as you might suggest. But when he's in that ring, he does show unbelievable confidence as far as his in-ring ability is concerned. And I think here, if he shows any type of paranoia, or if he shows any sort of skepticism towards Larry Sweeney is liable to get 2 wins in a row, or I guess 3, counting the one in the dreams of Eric Young. He could get it right here at Accept No Limitations 3.
But if Eric Young's focused, he's among the best there is. If he's sidetracked with worrying about getting fired, that may be another story. As Sweeney just buries the right hand right between the eyes of Showtime Eric Young. And certainly if you're Larry Sweeney, you want to beat Eric Young for the 2nd time in our world in order to build that momentum to Super Indy 6 just 2 months away.
You're exactly right. And I think this would be a prime opportunity. I don't think it's a good time for Larry Sweeney to be looking for acceptance from the crowd, because he's got to get a win right here over Larry Sweeney. You got to have momentum going into the Super Indy tournament. You definitely do. Whether you're in it or not, you got to have confidence, as we have, look here, a Garvin stomp.
Absolutely true.
That's the first I've seen. I don't know, Joe, you may have seen one. That's the first I've seen a Garvin stomp out of Sweet and Sour. And now might be a prime opportunity to get the cover. Who knows?
Well, if you're Larry Sweeney, obviously you got a hot dog and a showboat first. Took a little bit too much time there, if you ask me, and Eric Young able to escape.
With Larry Sweeney being in the Super Indy tournament, and Larry, right now, Joe, if you look at the roster of our competitors that you've mentioned, he has the most IWC experience so far, especially when you talk about the span of the last year. You almost want to have to say the guy is a favorite as far as knowing IWC. He's a home, it's his home turf. You have to look at it. And in any sport, when you are home, whether the fans love you, whether they love to hate you, that does make a difference.
Very true. Eric Young mounting a moment of combat. He gets caught off by Larry Sweeney's sleeper hold here, cutting off the blood supply to the brain via the carotid artery, and Eric Young is fading fast.
Well, it's been a while since we've seen somebody go down to a sleeper hold here in IWC, but who knows? Larry Sweeney could make that a false statement.
Have it fully applied. Eric Young able to slip out first opportunity he had, but ran right into a sweet and sour knee.
And wouldn't Larry Sweeney love this here? Back to the sleeper hold, Joe. Wouldn't Larry love this win one day before his birthday? That'd be a nice birthday gift to have.
Another big ego boost. We'd never hear the end of it.
Actually, if you talk to him every week, which is kind of funny, I think his birthday is weekly. As soon as he said in the ring it was his birthday, I think he told me that last month.
I would not at all be surprised. Every day is Larry Sweeney Day in this guy's world.
It must be. But now, Joe, he seems to have the sleeper hold. Okay, there it is, applied. Well, this could be it, Joe. I mean, there's no place for Showtime Eric Young to go.
Great tight shot of it by our folks at Digital Horizons at dhvideos.com. But the one mistake Larry Sweeney might be making, Eric Young's body is horizontal, but Sweeney's is as well. He does not have the full leverage on that move. Sweeney's not riding Eric Young and making Young carry his body weight.
No, and he's got it in nicely. You can tell right there. It's not a chokehold. This could be no. Oh, wait, was that Eric's own hand that held his left hand up?
I believe it was.
First time I've seen that.
Only from Eric Young, and only here in the IWC as Showtime is back to his feet. Eric Young breaks the grasp of Larry Sweeney, charging in, ducking the clothesline. Scoops Sweeney up midair and connects with a power slam.
It looked like Larry Sweeney was going for a Thez press, and he was caught. And that's a great momentum change for Showtime Eric Young, and perhaps the break that he needs in this match to get a win over Larry Sweeney.
And you can see Eric Young start to will himself back to his feet. You can see the look in his eye.
10 minutes gone by, 10 minutes remain.
As Eric Young, with a discus right hand, sends Sweet and Sour down, charging in next to the clothesline. Check this out. And with a shoulder tackle, almost reminiscent of the Ultimate Warrior here by Eric Young.
Well, let's not insult the man. Let's say Animal, the Road Warriors.
And drops him down with a Death Valley driver. Eric Young gets the cover hook of the leg. No.
And it looked like, Joe, it was tough to tell, but that was a very close. That was a 2 3/4. But referee CJ Sensation stopping before the 3 hit.
Eric walks right into an elbow shot. Sweeney into the spine buster, another cover, and no, another near fall by Sweet and Sour.
Well, back and forth, it looks like Eric Young may have gotten the second win after that sleeper hold.
It's certainly going to take a lot to keep Eric Young. One of the most inspirational stories you'll find anywhere today, how successful this kid has been, in spite of all of his, all of the setbacks he creates in his own head, all this paranoia about getting fired and everybody being against him. But check out Larry Sweeney taking a chance.
Yeah, he's definitely taking a chance. And don't forget, Joe, his weight is deemed confidential by the Eric Young Society, whatever that means.
Yeah, and his hometown?
Yeah, undisclosed location, but we have no clue where he came from.
How does anybody mail him anything? But be that as it may, Sweeney able to block Eric Young's attempted offense here. Oh, we saw this. We saw it last month, Chuck. Not again.
Wait a minute.
CJ Sensation, our official, catches it.
Well, you would think after last month, somebody would be keen on the fact that he used the ropes last month, and I'm glad that CJ had the worthwhile to find him this time.
Well, that's what separates CJ and puts him above men like Stephen Coulter. But check this out. Wheelbarrow. Eric likes to go to a neck breaker. That's one of his finishing maneuvers, but Sweeney able to elbow out.
And Larry Sweeney tried to use CJ Sensation there to stop from this move. Look at this, Joe.
Check this out.
Oh, no.
Pile driver attempt here.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. Has him into the wheelbarrow. Can he hit the neck breaker? Eric Young drops in 2, and Eric Young victorious. By Showtime, Eric Young avenging that loss from this 4 weeks ago against Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney. Unfortunately, it's Sweeney that's still involved in Super Indy 6. He's in that field of 8. But Eric Young gets a measure of revenge for being embarrassed 1 month ago. This series, even at 1 in our world, I guess Eric's still down a match in his world. But be that as it may, Showtime, Eric Young victorious, but Larry Sweeney headed to Super Indy 6 April 14th. the greatest Super Indy champions of all time. The only former 3-time Super Indy champion in IWC history, fabulous John McChesney.
Challenger and former champion, hailing from Erie, Pennsylvania, weighing at 200 pounds, fabulous John McChesney.
McChesney was defeated 4 weeks ago by Balls Hot Troy Lords, as Lord's 7-year journey to singles gold finally culminated and came to fruition with a huge overtime win over John McChesney. It outlasted the 20-minute time limit that all Super Indy title matches have, but for the first time ever, promoter Norm Connors gave the go-ahead for a 5-minute overtime period after the initial 20. Lords pinned McChesney and won the title in that extra 5-minute span.
His opponent, making his first Super Indy title defense, hailing from West Hollywood, California, weighing at 190 pounds. He is the Super Indy champion, Balls Hot Troy Lords.
For several years, Troy Lords was told by several people, most notably his former mentor and teacher Hentai, that Lords would never reach the top of the Super Indy division. He would never do what Hentai was able to do. He would never win the Super Indy title. Troy Lords, over the past several months, proved to Hentai, proved to himself, proved to every critic and cynic out there, Troy Lords has arrived. And Troy Lords did something very few men have been able to do. He beat 3-time Super Indy champion John McChesney, as I mentioned, in that 5-minute overtime period. And you hear John McChesney say, "That's rightfully mine," referring to the Super Indy championship. Certainly, any championship change, not without its fair share of controversy in this business. As you see the championship held high by referee Bobby Williams. That is the Super Indy title. That is the prize these two men will be competing for in this contest. And the matchup starts. Colin Novo tie up Joe Dombrowski here at ringside to bring you Balls Hot Troy Lords' first ever defense of the Super Indy Championship against the former 3-time champion, the fabulous John McChesney. One important thing to make note of is that Troy Lords' victory over John McChesney 1 month ago did not come without a price, a heavy price at that. Shortly after that matchup, Troy Lords was diagnosed with a concussion. And you've got to wonder how that's going to affect this contest here. Troy Lords has put his body on the line so much in recent months. He's sensed himself so close to reaching that championship. He's pulled out all stops. He's pushed his body beyond its normal limits. But what price does he pay? How long can he keep that up? How long can he retain that grueling physical stress that he's put on himself in these past several months? Not competing 100%. If he still has any effects of that concussion. And you got to wonder if John McChesney is aware of that, because that is an obvious weak point in that ring. But I don't think Troy Lords cares. Troy Lords spent 7 years working his rear end off for this one moment. If you want to get that title away from Troy Lords, you are going to have to attempt to kill him. As McChesney gets the upper hand of the opening exchange between himself and Troy Lords. McChesney and Lords was the first time a Super Indy title match ever went past its allotted 20-minute time limit. That was a very strictly adhered to rule in the past several years, dating back to when the championship was created in 2002. There has never been a Super Indy championship matchup in excess of 20 minutes. However, that matchup last month was in fact 22, 23 some odd minutes, and certainly John McChesney as a champion should not have been prepared for that based on the 20-minute time limit, as Troy Lords and John McChesney quicken the pace now. And Troy Lords now has the upper hand on John McChesney. Lords with McChesney able to reverse it. Satellite head scissors takes the fabulous one down. And Troy Lords with the upper hand right now on fabulous John McChesney. And Troy Lords a little impatient right now. Lords wants McChesney to get to his feet, but you gotta wonder, as I touched on, how does McChesney feel about losing that championship in an overtime period that until last month had never been instituted in the past? Whether it was McChesney and Low Key, whether it was AJ Styles and Colt Cabana way back at the 2003 match of the year, it never went past 20 minutes, but it did, and Troy Lords benefited from it. I think John McChesney may have a gripe along those lines, but you can't discount the fact that Troy Lords, the most deserving Super Indy champion we've seen in quite some time on McChesney, just deposits Troy Lords over the top rope. Ugly, ugly landing for Balls Hot on the outside. And McChesney goes for a pescado. Troy Lords able to sidestep it. Lords gonna fly now. Check this out. Balls Hot through the ropes for the baseball slide, but McChesney hurls him down to that hard mat by the hair. Now joined by my colleague, Jimmy Delicious DeMarco of the Gambino clan. Second month in a row calling the Super Indy title match. Nice to see you here, sir.
I'm not your colleague, Dombrowski.
Well, I'm trying to be nice.
Well, think of something better to call me. What's going on here? I haven't even been watching this match.
Well, you're missing out on a hell of a confrontation. John McChesney in control, Balls Hot, Troy Lords. Already Troy Lords taking a very ugly fall. And Troy Lords certainly a man you know well, but he's wrestling this matchup with a concussion that he sustained during their prior match a month ago when Lords won that title.
He just got slammed on the floor too, so I bet that's doing wonders for his head.
And a hard shot by John McChesney. And Troy Lords returns the favor, however.
Oh my God. That hits hard, man. Sometimes people underestimate how hard that guy can hit.
He has given and taken chops with the best of them, i.e. Low Key. John McChesney knows what he's doing when he swings that knife edge.
Fab's going for something nasty right here, Joe.
Precariously positioned, springs over with a leg drop. And Troy Lords, another ugly, ugly fall. Lords has put his body on the line so much these past few months to get that Super Indy title. But it's clearly having its toll here, as Troy Lords has just taken so many hard shots in just the opening moments of this match.
I'm still rooting for Fab, just like last month.
2-0. But I gotta get your take on this. Troy Lords won the Super Indy title last month, but not during the allotted 20-minute time limit of all past Super Indy title matches. Overtime, an overtime period was enforced for the first time ever, and that's where Troy Lords ended up with a victory, another hard chop. You can't discredit Troy Lords deserving that title. That's a given. But if you're John McChesney, as we have a cover 2-0, if you're John McChesney, how do you feel about losing the title then?
Fab got screwed, if you ask me. Every other Super Indy champion won it in the time they were given. Troy Lords didn't. Troy Lords is a mercy victory. That's all. They gave it to him. Norm Connors felt bad and he gave it to him.
Well, I don't know if I'd agree with that necessarily, but certainly you're entitled to your opinion, Mr. DeMarco, as McChesney unloads with more knife edge chops, and certainly the past between John McChesney and Low Key very, very well documented, and another hard shot just stinging the body of Balls Hot Troy Lords.
Norm Connors and all these fans created a monster when they screwed Fab, because Fab's never going to let it go. Now you're going to see Nasty Fab.
Nasty Fab.
That's what he should call himself, Nasty Fab. Me and Vendetta were going to call ourselves the Nasty Balls, but we went for Hollywood Balls instead.
Maybe it's good that you went that way. McChesney turns around, walks right into a Troy Lords knife edge. And Troy Lords proving that he can dish out just as much, if not more, punishment than he could take. John McChesney gets sent down hard. Troy Lords gonna go high risk. Lords all the way up top here, but McChesney meets him at the pass. Lords comes back with a headbutt.
Uh-oh, Troy Lords might be getting nasty.
Look out here. Oh, McChesney went to trip Troy Lords. We saw that last month. Lords landed on his head a month ago, but able to counter out into the jumping side kick, cover 2 and no. Of course, Jimmy DeMarco, all this with big implications on Super Indy 6, April 14th, 2 months away. Already into the tournament, Azrael, Jay Lethal, Larry Sweeney, and Jerry Lynn. What an honor it would be for one of these men to walk into that tournament as the heavyweight champion, and certainly the top contender after that tournament.
Yeah, what's the record for a guy keeping his title? Like, no one's ever defended it in Super Indy tournament, have they? Right. So Troy Lords is pretty much a lame duck champion, isn't he?
I wouldn't say that. 2 and no. Troy Lords has a lot he can make. He can make a major statement these next few months if he survives with that Super Indy title. He's already made a statement. He's proven every critic wrong. He's proven Hentai wrong that said he would never get to this level.
No.
He's doing it right now. What are you talking about?
Hey, the match ain't over.
Well, he certainly did it last month as well as Lords. Motions for the brainbuster, but that could be a mistake as McChesney can sense it coming. Did you hear that kick?
I heard it, Joe. I think he's going to puke. He hit him right in the stomach.
Takes him up and drops him hard with a cliffhanger. DDT.
You never know what Fab's going to bust out of his hat of tricks, you know what I mean?
2.5, very near fall. McChesney, a lot of moves in that arsenal. We're going to see quite a few in this matchup because it's going to take a hell of a lot to put away Troy Lords.
He's like a magician. Fabulous John McChesney. Maybe you should start doing that, coming out with a hat. I think there's already someone who does that gimmick.
McChesney has Troy Lords up on his shoulders, was going for that electric chair driver, but Lords countered out, knew it was coming, and now Lords finds himself on that top turnbuckle.
Look at Troy Lords' chest. It looks like a kid who was naughty and they got their butt spanked. And that's what Fab's doing. He's spanking the naughty Troy Lords for what was done to him last month.
McChesney with a super kick.
Did you see his jaw? Did you see his jaw, Joe?
Troy Lords was in midair. He had no way to counter out of that 2 and no. 2 3/4. Lords was in midair and went right into the boot, right into the jaw.
You got a nice little setup going on here now. You got a table and monitors and everything. You're moving up in the world.
Well, I'm trying, Mr. DeMarco. Gotta try to keep up with this action here. It's all over the place tonight. We've got brawls all over the building. We have a great Super Indy title match.
This could be it right here.
We have John McChesney going for the
victory roll.
Driver again. Lords with the victory roll.
No.
He got 3. Lords win.
Oh my God. How does Troy Lords do it? He always finds a way.
And still, IWC Super Indy Champion, Troy Lords.
Lords overcomes a concussion, overcomes a couple of really awful landings, and moves to retaining the IWC Super Indy Championship. Troy Lords defeats the former 3-time champion John McChesney 2 months in a row. I can't think of anybody that's ever done that.
Are you sure he actually had a concussion? I'd like to see some doctor reports.
I have it on good authority. I'm not a doctor. I can't provide that evidence to you.
Who diagnosed him with a concussion? Dr. Feelbad?
I don't know. I'm not going to get into what Dr. Feelbad can diagnose on you, but be that as it may, balls hot, Troy Lords is victorious, is still the Super Indy champion, keeps overcoming those hurdles, and is marching onward to Super Indy 6, April 14th. But check out the frustration on John McChesney in the center of the ring as Troy Lords walks away champion. McChesney throwing his wrist tape, obviously very dejected. He got beat twice in a row.
He never should have lost it in the first place. He's in a situation right now that he shouldn't be in. He needs a snap. He needs to hit a fan. He should come over here and trash your new area.
He's not going to hit any fan. He's not going to trash my booth.
That's what I would do if I was Fab.
What hideous suggestions are those?
They're not hideous. They're fabulous suggestions.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh is right. Do you know whose music that is?
I do. A man who has a long and storied history with John McChesney, dating back to the finals of Super Indy 4 in 2005. McChesney would not leave the ring. We got another matchup upcoming, and it just happens to involve the man TNA fans know as the Warrior Senshi, but a man who for several years in IWC has been known by only one name, and that is Low Key.
I get goosebumps every time Loki comes out, for all the wrong reasons, Chuck. I'm going to start calling you Chuck from now on. call you Chuck, and I'm going to call Chuck Roberts Joe.
Low-Key and John McChesney still have unfinished business. They are 1-1-2 in the win-loss column. McChesney won Super Indy 4. Low-Key ended John McChesney's second Super Indy title reign in March of '06. Their 2 subsequent matches ended in a draw or a no contest. They still have not proven 2 years later who the better man is. And McChesney, he respects Low-Key. He's going to give Low-Key that ring. Certainly not going to pick a fight with a guy like Low-Key. You got to believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the road to the title for SJK continues with this following contest scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing to you first in the ring to my right, he hails from Brooklyn, New York, weighs in at 190 pounds, Low-Key.
You got to believe there's more in the future of Low-Key and John McChesney. But right now, Low-Key has other matters. A man who has to remain undefeated from now until Super Indy 6, and he's got a heavyweight championship opportunity. The one and only SJK Sterling James Keenan facing what's got to be considered his toughest challenge by far on this road to the title.
Who all has he faced in the past? I'm sure you know.
Well,
I stumped Joe Dombrowski.
He's faced Larry Sweeney, he's faced Vendetta. There's a laundry list.
Oh, yeah. He never beat Vendetta. His path to the title should have ended before.
Here is SJK Sterling James Keenan.
Me and Vendetta would have hit this guy with our finisher, the Atomic Ball. He would have been done.
Atomic Ball?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't get the job done, but that's nothing to be ashamed about. Because very few men have gotten the job done against Sterling James Keenan.
What's with the shirt and the tights Sterling has on? He looks like he should be modeling for a Rob Feinstein yearbook.
We apologize to those that offended. The views of Jimmy DeMarco do not necessarily reflect those of IWC, its sponsors, affiliates, or subsidiaries. You can send the legal letter to Jimmy DeMarco, care of IWC Wrestling.
Yeah, come find me.
P.O. Box.
Norm Carter, forward it to Norm.
Jimmy, it's been nice working with you. I'll see you again down the road someday as this matchup starts. Low-Key, a.k.a. Senshi, one-on-one with SJK Sterling James Keenan. 2 very high-profile, internationally road to the title. Gotta beat Low-Key to get to Super Indy 6.
Gotta beat Low-Key. That's like, you gotta learn how to fly. I mean, come on. I love SJK. I think if anyone could beat Low-Key, he has a great chance. But really, beat Low-Key. You say that with like it's a whim. Beating Low-Key is one hell of a thing to do.
The only men who've been able to beat Low-Key in IWC in recent memory are Ricky Reyes and John McChesney, and that's a high caliber to hold up to. And even Reyes and McChesney don't necessarily have an overall winning percentage against Low-Key.
I would say McChesney, it actually took him, 3, 4, 5 losses before he finally got a couple wins in on Low-Key.
McChesney's 1-1-2 against Low-Key, as I mentioned a moment ago. So certainly, no matter who you are, it's a very tall order to beat somebody as focused and as lethal as Low-Key. As you see Sterling, I think Sterling is still trying to figure out Low-Key a little bit. You see that determined look on Low-Key's face, not taking his eye off his opposition at all. But can Sterling make it? It keeps getting tougher and tougher month to month, and he's still got another month to overcome before we get to Super Indy 6. If Sterling loses here tonight, this past 3-4 months, it's all for nothing.
Very true. Very, very true.
We got to set our sights on Super Indy 6, April 14th. Got to get your thoughts real quick on the field we have at hand. Jerry Lynn, the veteran, Aswell, the New Jersey standout, Jay Lethal, youngest man on the TNA roster, and the most arrogant Super Indy competitor in history, Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney. That's half the field, April 14th.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of arrogance, and I think the 68 comeback special could be Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney's ticket to that Super Indy Championship. However, having said that,
a ticket to Larry Dice?
That would be maybe even 2 tickets to Larry Dice.
There you go.
Having said that, though, I think Jay Lethal is a hell of a competitor. And right now, without the other 4 people in it, I got to put my money on Jay Lethal. I'm a big fan of Jay Lethal.
Not a bad call at all. Lethal had a fantastic qualifying match against Hot Property Jason Cage 4 weeks ago. And check out Sterling James Keenan now, starting to lay the offensive on Loki. Has him in the corner with the right hands.
It takes something to get the edge on.
Oh, God.
That chop was almost as hard as it was for me to get a goddamn plane out here tonight, Dombrowski. Have you ever tried to charter a jet in weather like this?
No, all I can tell you is don't fly Delta, as Loki connects with an elbow.
Norm's not paying me enough to fly out.
Cover 2 and no. He'd pay a little bit more if you make more than half the show.
Well, you know, it's commensurate based upon, my time here is based upon what he's paying.
Hard slam, and Loki charges in with that corkscrew elbow. Gets the cover, 2 and no. Loki gets such an amount of impact on that elbow drop. Sterling flailing wildly here, but Loki focused and determined on his competitor right now. Sterling, again, Loki able to dodge out of the way, but Loki comes back with a series of hard kicks right to the chest area, and that one caught him right in the jaw.
We could be seeing the end of the streak here. I mean,
Well, Sterling battling back any way he can. Just pulls Loki right into that second turnbuckle and drops him hard with a back suplex.
And that is precisely what SJK needs to do. If you give Loki a chance to think, a chance to regroup, he's gonna counter. He's gonna figure out, stay on top of him and keep beating him until he's unconscious, or you get his shoulders on the mat for 3 seconds. Do not give him a chance to regroup.
Only a count of 1 on that exchange from Sterling James Keenan on the phone attempt to Loki.
Right there, he talked to the crowd and got a shot to the gut.
Loki is not going to take his eyes off his opponent at any point in this match. Any momentary distraction is just another opening for Loki to attempt to capitalize on. But right now, Sterling is in control of the former Super Indy champion, former multiple-time X Division champion, and Sterling cannot get cocky or confident in a match against Loki, even though that is part of Sterling's nature.
Well, the thing is, when you get cocky, when you start playing a little head games with people, what you're trying to do is anger them so that they start making mistakes. The thing is, Loki, when he gets angry, he doesn't make mistakes, he just hits you harder.
Exactly. I don't know if I've seen anybody who can break the focus and the state of mind that Loki has himself in before he enters the ring, and that was a blatant sign of disrespect to Loki, mocking Loki's stance and then feigning the kick going into the chinlock.
The smartest thing he did was he did it behind Loki. Loki's not going to get ticked about that until he watches this on DVD.
Right.
And if you're listening, Mr. Loki, I told him not to make fun of you.
Oh, I'm sure you did. Not listen to anything Jay Worth, do not listen to anything pretty much any of my colleagues have to say out here. But be that as it may, Sterling takes Loki down.
Don't be jealous of the talent, Jeff.
Oh, and check that out. Right around the calf area with that kick, and you notice how quickly he snapped that off.
Absolutely. And one thing worth pointing out, with Loki is not most opponents. With most opponents, if you have them down, then you figure you have a little bit of time. You have some breather room. You have a little bit of safety. Loki can be laying on the ground and kick you hard. And frankly, knock you out with a kick from the ground. It's almost unfair, Jeff.
There's no safe place in that ring when you are in it with Loki, and check out the scowl on Loki's face. As Sterling's offense, sure it's having its effect, but I think it's just making Loki mad.
Yeah, that didn't quite have the crack on it that a Loki chop was.
And Sterling just trying to ground and pound away at Loki. Loki's so well versed at so many different styles. He can brawl, he can fly, he can strike, and boy can he ever strike.
Yeah, and he can strike.
Sterling cuts him off with a kick right to the midsection.
Smart move, smart move.
Doubled low-key over in pain. Well, Sterling could sense he had to do something and fast based on the impact that shot had behind it.
Were I Sterling, the only thing I would have done different there is actually gone a little lower with the kick.
Not surprised. But certainly if Sterling is able to be victorious here, if he's going to somehow figure out low-key, then by all means, he's earned his heavyweight championship shot at Super Indy 6. As Sterling, another cover, another near fall attempt. But you got to wonder if, wait a second here, another cover. If Sterling has low-key this one, who or what could be next?
It's a great question to ask. However, right now, Sterling, we can afford to think about that. Sterling cannot.
That's right. And Sterling took his eye off of low-key to argue with CJ Sensation. Low-key had another opening, but Sterling, luckily for Sterling's sake, was able to stay far away enough to continue the advantage.
10 minutes gone by, 10 minutes remain.
To be fair to Sterling, have you ever tried to talk to CJ Sensation? It's pretty easy to get into an argument with him.
I don't know if I'd say that. Nothing wrong with CJ Sensation.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that.
Sterling elevates low-key, lands on his feet, cat-like balance. With a cartwheel kick, connects right to the facial features of Sterling. And in just one fluid motion, low-key able to connect with that kick, able to retain the advantage, and now the chops as he has Sterling reeling. Third time now, and low-key gonna start rapid fire, but SJK buries that knee one more time. Low-key catching Sterling off guard, didn't let him head all the way into the ropes, cut him off midstream, and continues to redden that chest with chops.
Low-key with smart moves there. He keeps chopping him down, making him try to get up, and then when he gets up, chops him right back down. Oh!
Back kick, and then uses that leg flexibility to bury an Inzaguri-style kick, and check this out. Sterling wide open, hard shots right to the pectoral muscles. Look out. Sterling ducks. That sets him up. A Kawada-style kick right between the eyes. Gonna spring off.
We've seen him knock people out with that kick before. That could be it.
Low-key connects with a capo kick, 2-0. Almost had Sterling pinned. And think about this, if low-key defeats Sterling James Keenan, low-key, as we see a double overhead chop, low-key would be right in line for a heavyweight title opportunity. And wouldn't that be great to see low-key against either Reyes or Albright?
Absolutely. Uh-oh.
Oh my God, dragon clutch in the ropes, bending Sterling's neck and back across that ring rope while putting his own torque on it as well. Illegal move in the ropes, only had five seconds to put it on. Sterling pushes CJ Sensation into the rope. Low-key.
Knocks him off balance, but
Low-key able to avoid crotching himself and continues to fight defensively out of the corner as Sterling tries to capitalize.
Right to the temple.
Another hard kick. Sterling could be out here. Another kick out.
Sterling needs a chance to clear the cobwebs. You can see in his eyes those kicks have started to take their toll.
Low-key suplex, beautiful float over, cover, and no.
If I were Sterling right now, I'd think about maybe trying to throw some salt in his eyes. Maybe again, a shot to the mommy-daddy button. He's got to do something.
Well, I don't know if Sterling is quite as morally deficient as you are, but...
Oh, he's more so.
Well, in some instances I think so, but I think Sterling would love to prove to himself that he can beat low-key. I think Sterling would love to be able to beat low-key, center of the ring, with the MK Ultra. That may not get him a title shot, it may not, but certainly a kick to the mommy-daddy button does its fair share of damage as well.
Yeah, and it's a lot easier.
Well, if he can get CJ Sensation looking the other way, as Sterling connects with a huge high-impact spine buster 4-2. Check this out. Oh. Sterling James Keenan, almost a sort of a regal stretch.
Yeah, a regal stretch with a Indian deathlock, sort of.
And check out the torque on low-key's lower back as his body gets bent in ways it was not meant to go.
The only time I can ever remember low-key submitting her, oh, look at the torque now as Sterling continues to crank on it. Low-key has only ever tapped out to one man, and that's Ricky Reyes. And that's a testament to Reyes right there. And Sterling is not as well-versed of a submission specialist as Reyes is, so I do not think he'll have as much success.
Very, very true. I don't think, Sterling's looking for the submission there. However, you know, you got to wear him down. He saw an opportunity, he took it.
He's definitely done his damage on the Warrior, as low-key now tries to fight back up to his feet, but Sterling right on top of him at all times. Double underhook. Tiger bomb drops him hard. Deep hook, no.
You saw Loki cover up his head there when he hit. You could tell he bounced his head off the canvas pretty solid. This is the opportunity Sterling needs. Stay on top of him, SJK.
Absolutely right, Sterling. You can see the pain etched on his face as well. And Sterling letting Loki get to his feet. This could prove to be a mistake.
I was going to say.
Looks like Sterling setting up MK Ultra.
This could be it.
Can he get the MK Ultra on low-key? No, low-key counters. Sunset flipper to the double stall. Out of nowhere, one fell swoop, low-key. Up and over and into the double stomp, two and no, another near fall.
I'm surprised.
15 minutes gone by, 5 minutes remain.
We've seen that move beat other men. I am impressed that SJK got up.
If low-key, oh God, if low-key can hit that stomp, that ghetto stomp the Warrior's way by any name from the top rope, Sterling James Keenan is done for, regardless of how great an athlete you are. And the vaulting drop kick, Sterling gets propelled back into the corner. And Loki is bringing out the heavy-duty, high-impact strikes right now. Loki is starting to go in for the kill. He's going for it right now. The ghetto stomp the Warrior's way.
Sterling cannot afford to let him connect this.
And Sterling out of the way, saw it coming. Loki charges in. Sterling, he's got the rope, and he just pinned Loki.
A smart win by SJK.
SJK, Sterling James Keenan.
It's not the cleanest win in the book, but then again, we know Sterling James Keenan better than we expect. A clean victory. SJK does something very few men can do. He defeats low-key, and his road to Super Indy 6 and the heavyweight title shot. Keep rolling on, Jay Worth.
Hey, the Freebird said it best. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. A smart move by SJK. He was getting kicked around pretty good. He knew where the ref was, he knew where he was, he took advantage.
Low-key knew Sterling grabbed the rope. He's objecting right now to CJ Sensation, the official, but by any means, SJK wins. Low-key stays down for the 3. SJK one step closer to the heavyweight title at Super Indy 6, April 14th.
So real quick from you guys, I just want to hear, and I want, quite frankly, everybody else to hear, what is the pact that you two have made with each other?
Norm, it's real simple. Hey, how don't like that little ass whooping we put on the Gambinos earlier, huh? You know, it's real simple. Times in my career, people have said maybe I'm a little bit selfish and stuff, but I'm not. And one thing I've noticed over the last 8, 9, 10 months is my man Ray Rowe is a killing machine. He comes out here
IWC. And as much as I love doing this Cleveland Mafia thing and coming out here every month and all that, sometimes I feel like maybe I'm holding Reyes back. You remember a few months ago, Reyes got the heavyweight title tournament and he came this close to winning the whole thing after he already wrestled once earlier on in the night. That's how bad you are, Reyes. So, like we talked about last week, plain and simple, I said, Reyes, I'll tell you what. You, my man, stick in my corner, help me, us, the Cleveland Mafia. One more time, go to the top, IWC Tag Team titles. One more time. And then I guarantee you, my man, I promise you, I will lead you to the IWC World Heavyweight Title.
Wow.
You give me one more run and I will take you to the top.
What do you guys think of that? You think Reyes deserves a shot at the IWC title? But I'll be honest with you, J-Rock, something that you said during the course of your wonderfully short promo did strike me. And that's when you said that this man is the baddest man in IWC. And I'm not going to question that. But I want to know, before we start this push to the IWC Heavyweight Title, just how bad you are. And in a few months, what I'm offering you to prove yourself is in this corner will be Reyes of the Cleveland Mafia. What's up, Ray? And in this corner will be Samoa Joe.
Good luck on your quest. Good luck on your quest. You want the baddest man in wrestling right now? Baddest man in IWC? You're going to get it.
Reyes versus Samoa Joe coming to IWC as the Cleveland Mafia puts gold in their sights, tag team as well as singles.
If you're gonna take a bite, you may as well take a big one. It don't get much bigger than Samoa Joe.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing to you first, weighing in at 200 pounds, he hails from Okayama, Japan. Fans, here is Nobutaka
Moribe, second appearance in the International Wrestling Cartel. We saw him debut last month, have a phenomenal match with Azrael that propelled Azrael into the Super Indy title tournament. Moribe, heavily influenced by Eddie Guerrero, and he's spent the past several weeks up and down the East Coast, and of course the tri-state area as well, honing his craft here in his extended tour of the United States from his home base in Japan.
You know, I didn't get to see him last time. I'm kind of glad I get to catch him.
Weighs in at 300 pounds. He hails from Los Angeles, California. Here is American Balloon.
Well, here's another unique individual, only here at IWC, or so it seems. This is the American Balloon. A former student of the New Japan Pro Wrestling LA Dojo in Los Angeles. A man who's appeared in DDT Pro Wrestling several times. Farnsworth, you look befuddled. What's on your mind?
I think I threw up a little in my mouth. What? Good God! You need to quote Frank Zappa, titties and deer, man. I mean...
A gentleman who's also had an extended stay in Torreon, Mexico under Ultimo Dragon, for anybody that's still listening to us, actually.
He's offering to let him check his boobs.
Well, American Balloon. What can I say? He's got a lot of loose skin. I guess he's
got a little gynecomastia going on there.
Lost a lot of weight in his day, I guess. As how must Moribe feel right now? He comes over to the United States expecting great competition, and he gets American Balloon. Not to discredit Balloon skills, but look at the guy.
It's certainly not what he was expecting. I mean, listen to the crowd. Everyone is talking about the guy with boobs.
Oh, yeah, I'm too busy watching everything fly around in the ring right now. As Balloon sits in the side headlock on Nobutaka Moribe. Moribe, as I mentioned a moment ago, heavily influenced by Eddie Guerrero. Likes to finish off opponents with a gyro driver, also a powerbomb variation that was handed down to him by legendary Japanese star, the great Sasuke. That shows you the respect those in Japan have for the young prospect Moribe, only a 4-year pro. Leap cross by Moribe as he takes out the knee of American Balloon, who, as you heard Chuck Roberts say, is 300 pounds, and he just rolled up the back of Moribe.
Look at that! Oh my God! He's giving him a Bronski. He's forcing him to give him a Bronski. Good Christ!
Well, Moribe's head in a very undesirable position, spinning heel kick. Moribe able to hold on to the ropes to connect with a kick. And American Balloon, you know, what can I say? Tough to scout, to say the least. Tough to train for.
He gave him a boob ringer?
Yes, yeah, it's better than I could have called it. The full boob dragon twist.
That's gotta hurt. Oh!
That's hurting us.
He's working over the left one.
Hard right hand right to the left breastises. He's picking apart a part of the body and focusing on it. In this case, the left breast of American Balloon. Our knife edge chops. Series of them. Focusing on both now, both sides. Hard kick.
The man's got teats.
Moribe couldn't expect him for lumps at this stage. Charges in with a back elbow. And
he's copping a feel.
I don't think that's what I'm gonna call it a nerve hold.
He may have passed out. It may have been too much.
That's a lot of torque. Look at Balloon's breast change colors.
Oh, he's still in it.
Oh. The arm won't droop, unlike a lot of other parts of him, as Balloon is still in this match. Elbows his way out of it.
You had to go there.
And Moribe meets him center ring with a back elbow. And for Moribe, as we have it covered too, and no, Moribe's whole society and culture on wrestling is more serious-based, more technical-based. And now he's walking into American Balloon here. Look at this back suplex. Both men very well versed on the Japanese style, if you can believe it. Running senton, 2 and no, Balloon kicks out.
Almost a running swanton, almost.
Exactly.
And Balloon may have bit off more than he can chew. I mean, I really don't know the guy's pedigree, but I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to step into the ring with a high flyer if I was carrying around that extra talent.
Moribe setting up for a 300-pound suplex.
That may not be the route that Moribe wants to take.
I would not recommend this strategy here, but Moribe able to put on the brakes himself. And we are now joined.
Oh, he caught him.
Mitch Ryder joining us now. What do you got to say about this?
You know, I have been around 15 years in this business, and this has got to be the greatest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. You talk about a well-conditioned athlete.
Overhead T-bone by the Balloon. What do you think about Nobutaka Moribe's, as we have a cover too, his breast-based offense so far in this match?
This is incredible. I've never seen anything like it. This guy could really go, huh? What a unique deal.
Your kind of guy, huh?
My kind of guy. I'd like to take him out partying with old Marvelous Mitch one night.
Well,
I know he's a lady killer, just like I am. You know, I'm a lady killer.
If he sits on him, they are.
Exactly.
Well, marvelous is a good word to describe American Balloon.
Well, I just want to grace you guys with my presence and make your night like I did earlier when you got to see me work in the ring. A great day it was for you.
A fantastic debut against Michael Obama Facade. Hopefully it's the first of many for you here in the International Wrestling Cartel as Moribe gets a near fall.
If you guys are lucky and the fans here are lucky, you'll get to see the marvelous one again, I assure you.
All right, well, we certainly thank you for those comments. Simply marvelous. Mitch Ryder joining us. Had to get his 2 cents in on this situation. Oh, God. Moribe got him up.
And what could we be seeing Three Amigos?
We talked about the heavy influence he has, does Moribe, based on the late, great Eddie Guerrero. And I don't think Eddie Guerrero ever suplexed anything quite like this.
I don't think he ever had to worry about taking a boot to the face while he was doing it.
When he turns him upside down, they probably get,
he's going up.
Could be the frog splash here.
No, Balloon's up to his feet.
And Balloon, oh my God. Head over heels with a kick to the head. That was shades of low-key.
Impressive. He got that much weight going that fast and up to that level.
Balloon jiggling up the ropes to meet Moribe. Overhead, check out the power. Moribe gets taken down hard. This could be all. Balloon gets a cover, no.
To be fair, Balloon's got a lot of mass to bring him over with, so fighting gravity on that one.
Balloon with a backbreaker. And it looks like, oh no, you know what this is, Farnsworth? It's time for the balloon salt.
No.
300 pounds. Balloon salt, nobody home.
He catches one of those things on the mat, he could rip it off.
Oh, overhead neckbreaker by Moribe. Up top now. Can he finish him off? Hits that frog splash. Guerrero like execution 3.
Did you see him jiggle when he hit?
Here is your winner, Nobutaka Moribe.
What can be said, Mr. Farnsworth?
He's a big guy.
Yeah. And Moribe somehow overcame it.
I mean, I'm impressed by Moribe. I was also impressed with Balloon. I didn't expect to see half of the moves out of him. I wasn't expecting a breast-based offense either, so and he raises a boob in victory.
Nobutaka Moribe gets the victory in the International Wrestling Cartel. But I don't think any of us are going to forget seeing American Balloon, who's draping himself over the top rope right now.
I need therapy.
Turn your head. Oh, God. Oh. When he was here in the IWC, he was the leader of Team IWC.
Ladies and gentlemen, save your ticket stubs. Take your pictures because we know who you all come to see. It's the star of our show,
In 2006, he was the IWC champion, the leader of Team IWC, the coalition of the willing, to fight off the unholy alliance's evil forces. Then, his wrestling wars had to be put on hold for duty in the Middle East with the U.S. Armed Forces. Now, after 6 months away, the former three-time IWC champion Dennis Gregory is finally back in the Court Time Sports Center.
You know, I am glad that Dennis Gregory has made it back and he's safe at home. And God bless him for what he did in Iraq and with the war effort. And I'm glad he's back because now maybe he can face charges for assault with a deadly weapon for stabbing Shirley Doe in the eye.
That came at the end of a War Games double cage match. No rules, no disqualification. Come as you are, bring what you may.
No rules, but there are laws, Joe. What I am looking at is an attempted murderer.
No, you're not. Shirley Doe, the Unholy Alliance escalated the war that far to where it needed something drastic to be done. They signed a release. They can't sue anybody.
They don't have to sue. They can have him arrested.
Well, those views aside, let's hear from Dennis Gregory making his return here to the IWC after 6 months gone. Great to see him back. Let's hear from him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as the sign says, welcome home, Denny.
There you see it.
Denny Gregory, if I may, we've waited a long time to see you back in here in this IWC ring. You've been away for a long time, so the first thing I have to ask you is, what are you up to?
6'1", 222. But I digress. What am I up to? I'm up to taking my own advice. I'm up to living the American dream. I'm up to enjoying every day like it might be my last. I'm up to enjoying the freedoms that me and my coalition partners are willing to die to protect. You see, I'm up to 2 things. It's all about getting ass or kicking ass, whichever the case may be.
Well, I know, Dennis, it comes as no surprise to you that things have changed here in IWC since you've been gone. When you left and departed for Afghanistan, around your waist was the IWC Championship. However, as I know you heard either by internet, email, phone call, not while you were here, that belt was stripped from your waist, not by losing it here in this ring, but by some meeting backyard deal someplace that said you're no longer the IWC champion.
It's because you stabbed someone.
That's not why.
I'm no longer the IWC champion. See, that's horseshit, because I was never beat for the IWC championship.
No, you just won it by stabbing someone.
Ricky Reyes, I give you all the respect in the world. I know how hard it is to win this title. Hell, I've done it more than anyone else in the business. But I respect you. I'll call you sir, but I just can't call you champ. I'm sorry. See, at Accept No Limitations 3, I asked you people to accept no imitations of a 3-time IWC champion. So, you know what? I just had a thought. Ricky, or can I call you Rick? Rick, what say you and I here tonight, belt for belt? I just want to whip some ass, no offense. I'm glad you brought up the point. Good point. Starring James Keenan. This guy, more tattoos than I would probably have, and some kind of electric blue boy shorts he's running around here lately in. He's a bad dude, running a gauntlet, but Sterling, all due respect, how are you gonna run a gauntlet to get a title shot, earn a title shot you feel you deserve, by running a gauntlet that doesn't have Dennis Gregory's name on it? I had an idea. SJK, how about me and you here tonight?
That's a good point.
No, it's not. Well. I deserve a title
Hey,
shot.
no offense to you either, Sterling. I'm just here to whip some ass or get some ass. And speaking of asses, Coulter, I thought I saw you here tonight, and I thought you were fired. Or, excuse me, Ralphie.
Gregory spotted Coulter in the back of the arena. Second straight time he's been here. He got fired back in December.
What the hell are you doing here, you dirty, rotten line son of a bitch?
Crooked referee in the pocket of the Unholy Alliance for several months.
Yeah, you know, I would offer to wrestle you, but it'd be kind of like teaching a quadriplegic to ride a unicycle, you see.
Oh, pick on the cripples. Nice.
It would also kind of be a little uncomfortable for people to watch that. Okay? So, while I'm on the subject of asses, boy, I love asses. Anyway. Sebastian Dark. Sebastian, what are you doing here?
You see, you know what? I will listen to what you have to say. I will listen to that jag-off because he put his body in the ring and his life on the line for what he believes in. At least you get in here and throw it with people. So why don't you get in here and explain what you're doing here tonight? Because I ain't that stupid. I'm only quarter Polish.
Dark was fired at the end of the year.
Along with agenda. Let's go.
Along with Shirley Doe, bought a ticket to get in here. Now, why is Dark here? Coulter's here. Dark is here.
They want to see the show.
Well, I think there may be more to it than that. Let's hear from Sebastian Dark here.
You know something, Danny? 6 months ago, you had a big part in getting rid of this alliance. Hell, you did it yourself almost with a sword and what? 4 pairs of handcuffs? Then IWC decides on New Year's Eve to take the coward's way out and just not renew our contracts. Thank you. I'm only here to send a message. I'm going to start with you. Very soon, IWC will atone for what they've done to us. And don't think Doe's going to be coming out of the back somewhere, because I haven't spoken to him in 4 months. I don't know where he is, haven't seen him. He's already fired, Sheriff. But you will pay. We will start with you.
Wait a minute. I just had another idea. How about me and you tonight?
Gregory challenges Sebastian Dark, but what is Dark talking about?
Let's go.
But I'm not under contract. If I was under contract, I'd kick your ass all over this place again.
You know, contracts and all that bullshit, I just really don't have that kind of patience.
And Dennis Gregory taking a preemptive strike. Gregory and Dark going one-on-one in the ring. This is a fight here. Dark hammering away. Gregory, look out. Takes him up, drapes him hard, throws first across the rope. Look at Gregory charging through with a clothesline. Dark and Coulter sent spiraling out of here.
So Norm's just going to let this guy beat someone who bought a ticket.
Oh, come on, there's more to it than that. Dark and Coulter have something planned. They got something up their sleeve. It's very obvious.
You know what? I got ready to get some bitches once myself. Why don't I get some help out of the back here to help me take out these 2 pieces of trash?
Well, Dark and Coulter have certainly obstructed this show, and they're going to get sent out here very unceremoniously. But what did Sebastian Dark mean that IWC is going to pay for what they did to them?
Oh!
And how many of them are there? We don't know the answers to these questions.
Oh, and SJK had something to say about it.
I don't know if we caught it. Sterling James Keenan just came out, flipped Dennis Gregory the bird. Coulter's hightailing it out of here. Dark and Coulter have something. Dark and Coulter have something planned here. Oh, CJ Sensation. How poetic is this? CJ Sensation gets rid of Coulter. Sterling James Keenan sends a message to Dennis Gregory. Sebastian Dark sends a message to the entire IWC. Apparently they're plotting revenge, but they still do not work here.
You picked your side, apparently, Joe. By all means, pick it. You stand on whatever side you want, but understand, when it comes down, you chose to be in front of it instead of out of the way.
Well, we'll see what Dark has in store, but it's Dennis Gregory hoping to stand in the way of Sterling James Keenan of SJK's road to the IWC Heavyweight Title. Story Babyface Fire to be joined by Danshoku Dino from DDT Pro, former tag champion with Glenn Spector. That tells you all you need to know about his orientation.
Yeah.
Following 6-man tag team attraction, it's scheduled for one fall. Introducing first team.
I'm well versed with Dino, and I met him in Japan. I know. He has yet to come out.
Oh, I think he's come out all right. He's out.
I know.
They make a good point that he hasn't come through the curtain yet.
Yeah.
Shima and Gory were looking for him.
And all I'm saying is I've been to other shows. had no problem sneak attacking the crowd.
You mean coming from behind?
That's one way to put it. Not that I know anything about that.
Oh, well,
I'm on edge here, okay?
Do you know where he is?
I've seen him around backstage.
What's the great
right now? No.
The perfect psychological counter for sexual harassment, and their manager Chris Maverick, who of course betrayed Shima Zion after he became jealous over Shima's partnership with Jason Gore. And as soon as Maverick leaves, Babyface Fire gets the tag titles. Beautiful story. And here comes the opposition. Still no Dino.
And their opponents, introducing first, at a total combined weight of 469 pounds, the team of Justin Idol, Eric Ecstasy, Sexual Harassment.
Well, Chris Maverick is scheduled for action here. A very rare opportunity to see Chris Maverick in the ring competing rather than on the outside sticking his nose where it does not belong.
Right now he's preening and holding a mirror. And
if we don't see Dino, this could turn into 3-on-2.
It could. I mean, there's a... Can I leave?
No, you stay here. You're contracted to be here. Unless someone volunteers to take your place, I don't think anybody's going to volunteer to want to watch this. No, you keep Norm out of this. Nice full-length mirror there. But what have they done to Dino? Dare I speculate?
Shut up!
This is just a tad disrespectful.
A tad? Well, what do you call Chris Maverick these past few years?
Yes, hold that.
Advisor.
Sure. Eric, you good? Over.
I catch bears with these traps, Chuck. Look at him.
Poor Chuck.
Unfortunately, shut up. Unfortunately, my sciatica is acting up, and I'm not going to be able to wrestle tonight.
What? Coming to sciatica again?
I really want to, but I'm sorry, Norm. I got a doctor. I can't compete, but that's okay. It's okay. Eric, you're going to love this. Justin. I got you. I got a backup. I took it upon myself to make sure that so this match can still happen. I went out and got, you're going to love this, I got the Japanese equivalent to Eric Ecstasy.
Japanese?
Hey, keep him back. I got your new tag team partner for tonight, Danshoku Dino.
No!
Yeah. As long as someone knows where he is, good.
They got Dino to convert. What did Eric Ecstasy, what did Chris Maverick do to Dino to convince him to join the other team?
God, he's creepy.
There he is, the most controversial individual in the history of Japanese wrestling.
They just kissed.
I think they did, and the only man that can tolerate being around Glenn Spector for more than 10 minutes at a time. It's Danshoku Dino.
He gets the camera guy, and there he goes. He's into the crowd. Oh! He just got a picture of little Dino. And he's got a shot in his pants. I mean, the camera. He had the camera.
I know. Will you calm down? You're so damn insecure.
I'm straight.
I believe you, and that's a lovely rainbow-colored bumper sticker on your car outside.
That's not my car!
Danshoku Dino and Eric Ecstasy. I shudder to think what their victory celebration will be like should they win this match.
All right. gay, Shima.
I don't think Justin Idol knows what to make of this either. Justin Idol's
Maverick, congratulations. You really pulled a coup here. I know it's supposed to be your tag team partner. Why don't you get the hell in the corner and shut up?
Maverick says all about money. I guess it was a bribe.
It's not going down 3-on-2. Give me 1 second.
Well, it's not going to be 3-on-2 apparently. Norm Connors has an idea.
Oh, what? Is he going to give him a sword? Is he going to let him
No,
stab
stop
people?
that. Justin Idol, Eric.
You ended up with a match tonight. How about doing me a favor? And you make this 3-on-3. And you make it an even match. Hey DJ, why don't you hit this man's music right now?
Who's he? Who's he? He's right.
It's KUDO. The Japanese sensation we saw through much of 2005 and 2006.
Making his return to IWC, please welcome KUDO.
He doesn't have a sword, he has nunchucks. How's that right?
Well, he's not going to use them in the match. Undefeated for
He's in the ring with them.
Undefeated for several months in 2005 and 2006 as KUDO will join Gory and Shimazian to counteract the Japanese counterpart of Dino on the side of Ecstasy and Idol. And this match is going to get very uncomfortable very fast. Idol is Ecstasy's partner in the ring, not partner in life. I don't think he swings that way. Idol does not know what to make of this. I don't think Maverick knows what to make of this.
I don't think the fans know what to make of this.
It's going to be the most awkward tag team match in the history of IWC. And Dino is, oh God.
He's kissing guys. That's not kind of gay. That is gay. That's gay. That's gay.
You're right. I can't. And Justin Idol is saying he's not gay. Justin Idol, he just wants to wrestle. He wants to be a tag team champion. He doesn't care about these machinations and all this touchy-feely stuff.
How do you prepare yourself for this, Joe? I'm a mess, and I'm not even wrestling the match.
I don't think any amount of tape studying or research is going to work here. And poor CJ Sensation, who's got to sort out this madness. And he's got to check Dino. And there are only a few places in there he could put a foreign object. I'm not gay.
He's good. He's good.
Well, I think Eric just checked him out.
Well, and I've heard he's into that.
More
so
ways than one. Match has started. Gory has no idea how to react either. Dino is spelling out the word gay on the apron while Eric Ecstasy powers Jason Dory down. And Gory and Shima psychologically are completely out of their league right now. How do you prepare for a contact sport with somebody who may be that way like Eric could be and is that way like Dino is?
Oh,
Go behind. Oh, he got caught in the middle. And a reversal by Eric. And they're on the same team. They don't even care. A little bit of grind action.
That was really gay. What the?
And Gory is seeking refuge with the fans.
I mean, it's one thing to, be gay, but they're just so aggressive about it.
Yeah, open with it.
It's not even open. I mean,
well, that's very open with the fan in the front row. I'm just glad. I think you'll back me up on this. I'm just glad there's a table between us and them.
Absolutely.
And now,
table, 4 rows of people.
Yeah, even that's not enough.
And if it comes down to it, I can trip you while we run.
Oh, exactly. KUDO and Dino in the ring, contrasting styles, and
that was a whole new kind of claw.
That was a crotch drag takeover.
Apparently. That was a 5-on-2.
And Eric just told Maverick that 60% of the time that worked all the time, but it worked right now. As a go-behind reversal by KUDO. KUDO likes to use his legs as an offensive maneuver, similar to Loki does here in the States. Dino, well, I don't think I'm allowed to say on the air what he enjoys doing.
He's going for it.
He's reaching for it. KUDO defensively, shielding the goods.
Protecting.
Dino is trying to push the mommy daddy button.
Push it, caress it, maybe stroke it a little. I'm not sure.
Okay, let's not turn this into an erotic story.
I wouldn't. I'm not gay.
Sure. Wrist lock by KUDO.
Oh.
And Dino counters. And Dino is putting KUDO's hand where it counts.
He's trying to impress him? I don't know. Why would it?
And Shima does not want to tag in, but KUDO forcing the issue. And Shima was a one-time love interest of Glenn Spector.
Shima has just tagged in Jason Gorey. I think out of necessity.
If Dino and Spector have the same taste in men, I feel sorry for Shima. And KUDO tagged back in. Well, frequent tags, I'll give him that. Although not for the reason we're used to seeing.
And they're hiding.
Kick. I believe that hit to the groin. Oh, and he just
and a gentle caress. That's gay.
Well, with American Balloon, we saw focus on one part of the body. I think Dino's just focusing on the body in general. Deep crotch on that slam.
Oh. And look out.
Oh.
He may have the 5-on-2 locked in.
And I thought I'd seen it all with the breast-based offense.
God, I really need therapy.
KUDO in the grass. The shoulders are down in this testicular claw. Near fall.
And he's twisting.
I don't think
he bridges back on it.
I don't think Dory Funk Jr. ever did this back in the day.
Oh, God.
I remember back in '77.
I don't.
Dino tried to tag Justin Idol, but not in the conventional way. That was not his hand he touched.
Oh, he tagged him all right. That's Dino.
Justin Idol with, I believe, a little bit of face paint on his eye. I think that's a little bit of a knock at Jason Gorey, based on Gorey painting his face to represent his moves. And Gorey, I believe, has both sides of that face paint down. And if he wasn't before, I'm sure it definitely does now, demonstrate he's in a very bad mood.
Well, yeah, I don't blame him.
Oh, J-Worth, a wrestling exchange. KUDO backside into the corner, clean break.
Okay.
Okay, nothing threatening about that at all.
Good.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. Side headlock by
5 minutes gone by, 15 minutes remain.
Keep in mind the great performances KUDO had here in IWC in 2005, 2006. Undefeated for several months, this guy one of the most talented men in Japan, and much like Dino, much like America Balloon and Moribe as well, is seen frequently in the DDT promotion, which IWC has had very close ties with.
We've seen him here, we've seen him abroad. We know exactly what he's capable of.
Idol counters out. Brilliant maneuver into the wrist lock of his own as Chris Maverick, you see at the bottom of your screen, watching this matchup intently. Keep in mind, Chris Maverick abandoned Shima Zion and Jason Gorey in order to side. Oh, check that out. Both feet to the face. To side with sexual harassment. Maverick was sick of them not taking his direction. He was sick of having to take orders from Jason Gorey. Look out! KUDO with a tope. Zion flies La Plancha to the floor.
And now Jason Gorey just in the ring. Oh, Jason, you don't want to jump in there.
All three members of Team Harassment are down, as well as KUDO and Zion. And Gorey could be putting his life on the line more than ever. Asai moonsault to the outside. KUDO sidesteps, but 4 men take the brunt of it.
They're all just laying there in a pile.
Eric and Dino are laying next to each other. I don't know what that means, but... Eric's on top. Oh, turn your head. Dino sends Justin back into the ring. Get another camera angle, please. Get off. Get off. What is... In the ring, KUDO has Idol up.
slams him down as Ecstasy and Dino continue to console each other. Great agility by KUDO into an ear fall.
Drop 2 knees right down into his chest, his solar plexus. Take the wind out of the high flyer. A smart move.
Tag into Shimazayan, who has no problem tagging in now that, now that he won't be violated.
Now that it's a little less rub and tug in there.
Well, that's one way of putting it. KUDO charges at that clothesline. Zion follows through. Notice KUDO split his legs between the ropes, put his target point of impact behind the man for extra leverage, extra torque, cover. Zion on top of Idol for 2.
Eric Idle needs to get a tag. Eric Idle? I'm so... what?
Wow.
God.
Dug on the clothesline by Justin Idol. Zion swinging through with a beautiful arm drag. Another one takes him over. Big cover, 2 and no.
It's good wrestling. He's quick.
It's fantastic wrestling. It just doesn't stop at good wrestling.
Yeah.
As Jason Gorey now cinching in on Justin Idol with that wrist lock again.
Nice reversal.
But 4 of these men are taking a very serious approach to this matchup.
He is caught in the very wrong corner.
Yes. The other 2 are, out to have a little fun. Idol with a tag. 2 Eric Ecstasy. He's in there now. And Dino in as well.
Dino tag.
They're going to double team him. Okay, no, double elbow. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, no. Please, Idol. Justin.
Idol with the block.
No. Dino got Idol on the lips. Farnsworth needs water.
I'm leaving.
You get back here. You leave, I'm going to make sure you're not ever coming back. Gorey charging in on Ecstasy, connects with the clothesline.
It seems like the distraction didn't work as well as they wanted it to. Oh, good drop kick.
Gorey uses that speed on Eric Ecstasy. Meanwhile, Ecstasy now comes back around on Gorey. Check this out, go behind. Can Ecstasy get free? Idol just spat something into the face of Gorey. He's blinded. Check this out. Idol springs in. Extra boost of leverage didn't quite pay off, but Ecstasy connects with a German suplex, takes Gorey over. Not enough damage done for 3, however. Fans getting behind Jason Gorey. Hopefully it stops there as Ecstasy with the prolonged headbutt to the groin.
Oh,
and the
it's a whole new world
Dino.
now.
Can you imagine Dino and Glenn Spector hanging out in Japan for a few weeks?
I saw it.
No wonder you're so disturbed. Oh, no. Well, cross bottom.
Oh, no, that was a cock bottom.
All right.
And joining
Glenn Spector. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Danshoku nightmare.
Squats.
Oh, my God. What's going on here?
Larry Sweeney, you picked the most offensive time possible to join us at the broadcast.
Nightmares are reality.
It's gone by. 10 minutes remain.
He's just in his underpants there.
Yes.
He's just in his underpants.
It's a brilliant observation, Larry Sweeney. Dino and Eric Ecstasy have gotten very close to each other in this match. Not the sack attack to Dino.
He wants more?
This is supposed to be an offensive move. Even though they're on the same team.
Oh, it was pretty offensive.
Oh, you got that right. Larry Sweeney, you're kind of a flamboyant guy, but I'm hoping at least this, you have limitations, right?
Yeah, I do have my limits. You're not going to see me out there squatting down on some guy in my underpants.
Cover 2, called Accept No Limitations. I think we should demand some. What do you think, Farnsworth?
God, it's a good observation. I'll tell you what, I don't want to book a match with me and Dino there. Gonna have to up the pay a little bit.
Yeah, I think he'd be walking on a limb for a few weeks, Sweeney. Ryder with a few chops. Gorey returns the favor, and we're back to serious wrestling when Ecstasy and Dino are on the outside. That is the plus spot here. 4 very good wrestlers taking things seriously, and 2 other very good wrestlers in their own little world. Idol slips right through the clothesline, huge kick.
Turned him inside out with that kick.
Idol with a cover, 2-0. Dory kicks out KUDO in to interrupt just in case.
Turning him inside out. You remember that disco song? Upside down, inside out. Up,
and it's Eric Ecstasy
now.
now.
I heard you listening to that on your headphones. It was so loud, Dombrowski.
I bet.
Before the show, and you were getting down. I like that. You're showing your, you know, flamboyant side. That's good for you.
Ecstasy charging through, 269 pounds of strength behind that. Into the side Russian leg sweep. Cover. Gets a count of 2, but that's all he's going to get. This does have implications if we think here. Sexual harassment wants a shot at the tag team champions, Babyface Fire. They can win in this 6-man tag. They've got to be considered the top contenders for that prize. Oh, no. Dino tagged back in. Farnsworth, you're looking a little queasy.
I mean, how do you prepare?
Back elbow.
He's actually wrestling a little. I don't know how to react.
Well, he can wrestle. He just doesn't choose to a lot.
Big knee drop.
Right to the face. 2-0. Larry Sweeney, if you're in the ring with Danshoku Dino, how do you prepare, other than running away?
Oh, shoot, you took away my main strategy right there, Dombrowski. You're leaving me with no tools in the toolbox, as they would say. I would employ somebody to come out with some bubble wrap and wrap him up. When I had him down, I would have a singlet. I'd have a separate singlet in my pants, and I'd put it on him while he was down. Wow, look at that.
QAS! That could be the turning point in the matchup for Jason Dory. Needs to get some fresh blood in. Referee CJ Sensation with the obligatory 10 count as both teams looking for a tag right now.
And Jason Dory has to be looking to get away from this.
Yeah, well, whatever's coming in on the other side is not going to be good for whoever is on the team Babyface Fire. Maury connects with a kick to Idol. I give Justin Idol.
Dombrowski, wait a minute. What is that I saw you sketching right now? Are you sketching pictures of Dino?
Absolutely not.
No, I think that's because that's his thong right there, and you're sketching quite an artist.
KUDO springs in with a drop kick on Idol. Now explodes using those martial arts to his advantage, using the feet as his primary weapon. Dino, dazed and confused, discombobulated in the ring as Maverick gets involved. Oh, what about that back injury now?
Well, sciatica doesn't affect them.
Whoa! Lip lock! Idol with the Enziguri kick.
Oh, God.
I know the thought going through your head, Dombrowski. Only you could trade places with KUDO right now.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Dory with the lung blower to Idol. Look out, Dino back in. Look out, Gory. Hard right, but Gory returns the favor. Yeah! Oh, God.
Oh, it's a crotch stunner.
Yeah, I'm stunned, all right.
Oh.
Pelvic thrust to the tailbone.
Wait, what's he doing here? What's he doing? What's coming up?
Oh, no. No.
Oh.
Kiss. Oh, God.
Oh, no. Danshoku driver!
This gives a new meaning to package pile driver. Cover 2, Shima Zion interrupts. There's more.
I give a lot of credit to Shima for getting in the ring at this point.
Shima going from lost to dust on Eric, right into the waiting arms of Dino.
God.
Kiss, roll up, Maverick distracting his own team. Idol pulls Maverick down 2-0. We have a
15 minutes gone by, 5 minutes remain.
Miscommunication on the outside with Idol and Maverick. Dino and Ecstasy fighting over who gets to kiss Shima.
Who gets to kiss Shima? Well, he is a really good-looking young man. You can't blame him for that.
Double drop kick, nip up.
Look at the latissimus development on Shima. Oh, no.
But Justin Idol meets him with a kick to the head. Check this out. Shima sunset flip. Watch KUDO. KUDO out of range. Coming down with the double knees. The trademark of KUDO. And Babyface Fire gets a win.
If they're smart, they run out of the ring. Don't look back.
The team of Babyface Fire and KUDO.
Well, Jay Worthington Farnsworth is on his way to the restroom. I can only assume to vomit.
I'm assuming other things, actually.
Larry Sweeney succinctly sum up this past 15 minutes?
All right, I'll sum it up with this question, and it's a question to you, Dombrowski. Is that a microphone in your pants pocket there, or did you really, really, really enjoy this match?
Stop that. I don't appreciate these allegations. Total fabrication on your part. By the way, we have enough of that in the ring as Chris Maverick, Idol just took a shot at his own manager. Oh, and a kiss, lip lock, bionic elbow, if you will. Looks like sexual harassment, after only 2 months, has had enough of Chris Maverick's selfishness, enough of his ego already. They're kicking him to the curb, it looks like. Oh, and they're sick of him taking 60% too.
Yeah, Mav's not doing anything good for them. Get rid of Mav.
Chris Maverick, unemployed for the time being, and we have these 6 characters in the ring after one of the damnedest, most unique tag matches I think I've ever seen.
You seem tuckered out, Dombrowski.
Well, between this and American Balloon, it's been a...
Yeah, I like that American Balloon.
It's been a crazy night. We've seen breast-based offense, we've seen, well, you know what they were focusing on in there, but, you know. Showing of respect.
You know, he did this to me when I shook his hand in the back.
Well, yeah, Dino...
Trying to get me to touch his dinger.
Dino being very friendly towards Shima, Gory, and KUDO.
Shima, come on now. Shima needs to be a little bit more assertive in that situation.
Yeah, no means no.
Well, a tremendous effort by all contestants here. Standing ovation.
Well, through it all, they come out friends, but maybe in Ecstasy and Dino's case, maybe a little closer than friends, but happy ending. Maverick's unemployed. All 6 of these guys seem on the same page, and God, Ecstasy wants more.
Wait a minute, what's going on here? Dino's going nuts. He really likes Shima.
Oh, well.
I mean, I really can't blame him, but he does. Jason Gory. Jason Gory has that petite figure.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit. It is the main event of the evening, and it is for the IWC Championship.
Well, I don't think Jay Worthington Farnsworth is going to be able to rejoin us after his reaction to that last contest. He left this broadcast position with a very pale look on his face, so it looks like I might be going solo, but it's okay, because now it is time to get serious. IWC Championship on the line.
Introducing to you first, and from Tulsa, Oklahoma, weighing in at 240 pounds, he's the challenger, the shooter, Brent Albright.
The shooter, Brent Albright, made his IWC debut late last year and really came on the scene, making a huge, huge impact immediately, becoming #1 contender for the IWC Heavyweight Title in a Battle Royal. His first opportunity was last month, did not quite go his way, but was immediately there to make a challenge for rematch for this man, Ricky Reyes.
Making his way around the ring. He weighs in at 190 pounds. He hails from Los Angeles by way of Havana, Cuba, and he's the reigning IWC champion,
Reyes has really come into his own as IWC Heavyweight Champion ever since capturing that title last September, winning that Boiling Point Heavyweight Championship tournament. Of course, in the final round of that tournament, he did something that really very few, if anybody, has been able to do in this business, past, present, or future. He made the Warrior low-key tap out. But Brent Albright, just as dangerous, but a completely different athlete than low-key, as you see Bobby Williams displaying the prize, the referee here, holding the coveted IWC Championship on the line in what is sure to be a technical clinic. We've got a lot of fun tonight, but certainly both these men in the ring will not be enjoying this matchup. There's going to be a lot of pain, a lot of agony, and a lot of focus, as you can see both men eyeing each other immediately, and Reyes explodes, connects with the knee to Brent Albright, and this matchup starts starting off much faster. Albright with a belly-to-belly, starting out much faster than their matchup 1 month ago. Albright more determined to catch Reyes off guard. Reyes attempting a quick submission, but that leg strength of Albright able to push the Rottweiler off. Check this out, Albright immediately going for the crowbar, that Fujiwara armbar. Reyes rolls free, connects with an enziguri kick to the back of the head, and Albright spills to the outside already. Watch Reyes here, head of steam, but Albright able to duck out of the way, but Reyes connects on the rebound. Both men much faster, much more determined. No feeling out process like 1 month ago. And this matchup, not resembling the technical clinic we saw a month ago. They're already into the stance, knocking over chairs. Reyes sends Albright into the first row. Levels him with a hard forearm shot. As you can see, the stakes involved with the IWC Heavyweight title has made this match very personal between both of these men. As Reyes tries to send Albright, that's about 250, 260. He just vaulted into the steel ringside chairs, and Reyes is matching Albright at his pace, move for move thus far. Check out Albright though, sweeps the legs of Reyes, giant swing, and Reyes gets sent side of the head first into the steel chairs. No way to brace himself for impact, completely at the mercy of the power of Brent Albright. Albright, who has yet to be defeated here in IWC with the exception of that matchup against Reyes. So upset, so determined to avenge the loss last month against the Rottweiler. Took him just a matter of moments to make that challenge, and you can see he has come prepared with a whole new game plan. Fisticuffs now from Brent Albright. And Reyes, where's he gonna put him? A hard shot to the kidney. And just sends Reyes back into the ring. Drops him, throat first, right on that ring apron. That is where wood meets metal. Very unforgiving and no protection there for the IWC champion. Albright into the cover, 2-0. Not going to beat Ricky Reyes that early, but certainly as Reyes counters with a jawbreaker, Reyes having to muscle 250 pounds of muscle from his own body is going to take its toll as this match progresses, as Reyes starts to open up now. Reyes, the smaller in this matchup, certainly the quicker as well, using that speed to his advantage, but the power of Albright connects with a power bomb. Reyes went for the Hurricane Rana, but just got out-muscled. And just like that, Albright just pounces on the champion. Hard shots. Seems that Albright has been focusing on the back and kidney area of Ricky Reyes in the opening moments of this contest. This will be, if the past is any indication, this will be a battle of submissions. It is going to be Ricky Reyes' Dragon Sleeper versus the Fujiwara armbar, also known as the crowbar, used by the shooter Brent Albright. As you see, Albright buries the knee into the back and begins to stretch away at the neck and chin of Ricky Reyes. Two different points of impact on this submission hold. Certainly not going to get a submission from Reyes, but very effective in wearing down his foe for the later stages of this contest. Back injury so debilitating, as Reyes can attest to, but Reyes trying to get to a vertical base to alleviate some of that pressure. It was the Dragon Sleeper of Reyes that won out last month over the crowbar. Reyes able to lock in the sleeper and also secure the body scissors. Albright's power comes into play again with a back body drop. But once Reyes cinches in the body scissors all the way, 2-0, there is really no escape. It is tap out or pass out when you're up there against Ricky Reyes, and he cinches in that move completely. Beautiful snap suplex by Brent Albright. Cover, 2-0. That suplex shades of the likes of Chris Benoit and the Dynamite Kid, who Albright has been compared to in the past. And Albright just riding Reyes right now. All of his weight on top of Reyes' body. Cinching in with the bear hug as well, just restricting the airflow throughout the lungs and throughout the entire body of Ricky Reyes, who you can see is having a little bit of trouble breathing right now. As referee in perfect position to detect a submission. We talked about how dangerous Reyes' move is. Of course, Brent Albright's crowbar has had many, many victims as well, particularly here in IWC. Nobody's been able to figure that out either, as Reyes elbows his way out, shots to the temple. Sunset flip attempt, gets him down 2 and no. Those huge legs just come crashing into the temples of Ricky Reyes, who again tries to use his speed, but Albright comes back with a belly-to-belly throw. Albright, and right back to that kidney. Hard forearm shot. What a win for Brent Albright this would be to capture the IWC Championship here tonight. Albright going for the cover, 2 and no, tight hook, but Reyes able to escape. Brent Albright has had a career resurgence since coming to the International Wrestling Cartel. He's seen the glitz and glamour of sports entertainment and realized it was not for him. He is a serious, technical, mat-based wrestler, and we are seeing the true shooter Brent Albright right here in the IWC, as Albright, very sound strategy, not flashy but very effective in slowly wearing down Reyes. We saw Albright explode at the top of the match to mixed results. Now he's going to out-wrestle Reyes. And when both of these men are so close to each other, the advantage will go to Albright based on that power and based on the fact he does possess the leverage over top of Reyes, almost an amateur-like stance right now as Reyes tries to get back to his feet. He's up to a knee, trying to create some separation between the arms of Albright. He's broken the hold, but can he create distance? Another series of elbows by Reyes, but Albright retaliates right back. Huge news coming from the offices of the IWC even as this matchup takes place. Super Indy 6, a special new date for that live event. That's going to be Friday, May 11th, 8-man, one-night tournament for the Super Indy Championship. As Albright right back to that bear hug. But don't forget about all these other great events coming soon to IWC Home Video, courtesy of the International Wrestling Cartel and Digital Horizons. How about March 23rd, the road to Super Indy 6? The winner of this matchup, it's just been announced, will defend the IWC title as scheduled now against the notorious 187 NWA World Tag Team Champion in LAX, Homicide, making his return. Also, Super Indy qualifying matches, Hentai versus Jason Gorey and Shima Zion versus the returning Jimmy Jacobs. That's all on DVD. Road to Super Indy 6, IWCWrestling.com for upcoming details. And notice in the ring right now, Albright has shifted the focus of that hold. He's moved his arms up towards the chest of Reyes to more constrict the lung expansion. And still hammering away with these shots to the kidneys. Albright is just internally taking Reyes apart, organ by organ, so it seems. He's weakened the kidneys, now he's weakening the lungs, and now finally, a little bit of breathing room for Ricky Reyes, but it's not going to be very long. Reyes tries to battle back. Also, don't forget, March 24th, IWC returns to Franklin. Night of Legends 3, featuring Tito Santana versus Greg Valentine, Larry Zbyszko versus Dom DiNucci, AJ Styles versus Abyss, plus Jim Neidhart, Ivan Putski, Bruno Sammartino, many more. The best of the past, present, and future. All the IWC stars there as well for IWC Night of Legends as Reyes charges in and gets both feet of Albright, those huge feet, buried right into the temple again. Albright on top, into the cover, 2 and no, as Reyes continues to kick out. So much fight in Reyes, but Albright right back on top with that bear hug, relentless in his offense. And each time he goes back to this move, it's going to have an increasing effect on Reyes' breathing. Reyes has had trouble catching his wind for the past 5 or 7 minutes now, I'd say. And there's only a matter of time before even the most courageous human just can't take any more punishment and the body's going to give out on him. But Reyes, to his credit, fighting to his feet again, and you can see the angst on his face as he bridges up to his feet. Great drop down by Reyes into the ropes and takes out the knee, takes out the vertical base of the much larger Albright. Very smart strategy here. Now buries both feet right to the temple. Lateral press, 2 and no. Reyes gets perhaps his first major potential winning opportunity in this contest. I think Reyes might have signaled for that dragon sleeper there. You saw the hands clasped together. That's got to be what it means. But is Albright softened up enough yet for Reyes to apply it? Charging in now. Albright caught him. Albright caught him mid-move, and he hits the crowbar, the Fujiwara armbar. He can hyperextend the elbow. He can separate the shoulder. But Reyes, great ring positioning into the ropes. Albright is the first one to strike with his lethal submission move here. He has the advantage thus far, and that's another part of Ricky Reyes' anatomy that has been significantly damaged. And you can tell Albright none too happy that Reyes was able to find a way out of that crowbar, even if it was into the ropes. And Albright has found himself another target, another weak point on the body of Reyes. I think we're at the point now where Brent Albright just thinks he has him where he wants him, but you can never underestimate Ricky Reyes. And now Albright hits a top wrist lock, a key lock, whatever you want to call it by any name. Very effective again on that left arm and shoulder as he continues to stretch away. And again, every submission hold, every wear down hold will continue to weaken a specific body part, and that's going to make the crowbar that much more lethal down the line. And Reyes is right dead center in the middle of the ring right now. Nowhere near a rope, no leverage right now until he can get at least to his knees. Brent Albright has the definitive advantage, but again, Reyes, against the unbelievable power of Albright, powers back to his feet. Can he break the hold? Arm drags Albright over, who comes right back with the elbow. Albright is wrestling a near flawless match so far, and that's what you have to do to defeat a man the caliber of Ricky Reyes. We've seen many men, very talented men. We've seen the longest reigning heavyweight champion in the company history, Shirley Doe, try and fail against Ricky Reyes, as Brent Albright goes back to that top wrist lock once again. Albright has had significant time to wear away at whatever body part of Reyes he chooses, but Reyes has not had the opportunity to focus on the neck or back of Albright to set up the Dragon Sleeper. Albright is creating such a distance here in terms of the match advantage, in terms of leverage. You have to consider Albright would be significantly ahead on points here if it were scored that way. As again, you can see the angst on Reyes' face. Having trouble breathing still, having trouble getting any feeling in that left arm, having trouble getting any leverage to even rise up out of a sitting position. But look at the determined look on Reyes' face as he finally rises to his feet. He's up to the vertical base, but Albright quick to cut him off one more time. Into the ropes and just hangs onto that arm and just wrenches it out of the shoulder. Sent Reyes one way and took his arm in the opposite direction. Reyes' weight, that's some 200 pounds, working against him in that instance. And Albright right back on top. And just snaps that arm back one more time. Albright's weight controlling Reyes' arm now. Drags him into the center of the great ring positioning by the shooter. Hits that top wrist lock again. Brent Albright certainly never had even a remote chance to showcase on national television exactly how talented he was and is. A protege of Chris Benoit, trained down in Ohio Valley Wrestling with men like Al Snow and Lance Storm. Albright has all the tools to be one of the biggest stars in this business. And we're seeing that right now as Reyes again sent down to the canvas. I think Albright just bad-mouthing Reyes. And that's a new side of Brent Albright there. Just paintbrushing the back of the head and right back. And look at him torque away at that wrist lock one more time. Albright not even going for the crowbar yet. I think Albright was very, very frustrated that Reyes was able to escape the crowbar so quickly before. Albright's going to make sure Reyes has absolutely nothing left, especially in that arm and shoulder, for if he goes for that crowbar again. That's a very relentless, very basic, very focused style. Again, not flashy, but very effective as Reyes bridging up with a back suplex 2 and no. Reyes able to hold up all that weight of Brent Albright to get a near fall. But what did that take out of Reyes and his already weakened arm? You can see Reyes, I don't think he has more than limited, extremely limited mobility in that arm. Knife edge chop and a hard kick to the hamstring, just trying to wear away at the big man now. Huge drop kick, catches him around the chin, and Reyes able to mount some type of offensive now. Going for a suplex, but Albright just puts the brakes on. Reyes tried to go for the suplex and got caught with that spinning neck breaker out of the chancery cover, and no, Reyes is able to kick out. Reyes still has fight left in him, and I think Brent Albright is getting more and more frustrated as time goes on. You saw a moment ago, Albright thought he had this matchup won, but Reyes again proved him wrong. I think Albright's getting a little bit perturbed as Reyes counters with a shot to the breadbasket and hits a spinning neck breaker of his own. Now Reyes on top. Reyes, can he retain the title? No. Reyes has had so much more taken out of him than Brent Albright has, and it's really starting to show here. As Reyes just moving at this point is a tough task for the Rottweiler, the Havana Pitbull, to accomplish. Reyes gets that deep crotch this time, hits the overhead suplex. Albright right back to his feet, however. Charging with a clothesline. Reyes sidesteps, charges with a forearm into the corner. Reyes starts to mount a little bit of momentum right now as Albright is perched precariously on that top turnbuckle. Reyes going for all or nothing. Headbutt to the temple, but Albright, elevated power bomb, tight pin, and no. Albright had all of his weight directly over top of Reyes, but Reyes able to use that leg strength, the same leg strength that makes that Dragon Sleeper so dangerous in part. He was able to kick out yet again. And Brent Albright has got to be getting so frustrated right now. At least 2 or 3 different times he had to think he had Reyes put away. And there's the Dragon Sleeper. That's Reyes' own signature maneuver, and Albright has it on Reyes. Albright, however, does not have it on all the way. He only has maybe a third or a half of that body scissors. Now abandons the body scissors. That's step 2 of that hold. And Reyes, you see, was able to sneak in over top of Albright and counter. Albright made a mistake, wasn't used to using that move. And now Reyes comes back with a crowbar. Reyes using Albright's finishing move against him. It has turned into a battle of submissions. Reyes has the weaker body parts, but right now, Albright is the one at the severe disadvantage. Albright muscles up, however. And check out that strength. Now Albright with a crowbar. Albright has it cinched in. And keep in mind the damage that's been done to that arm over the past 10 or 12 minutes. Albright really torquing back. But will Reyes tap out? I don't think I've ever seen Ricky Reyes tap out. But certainly there'd be no shame in submitting to a man like Brent Albright. But check this out, Reyes. He works back to his feet, rolls through. Scoop counter, Dragon Sleeper. He has it cinched in. Does he have the body scissors all the way? I'm not sure if he has the body scissors cinched in all the way or not. The legs are very spread apart. The feet are not close together. Albright has a little bit of leeway there, but you can see the torque put on the neck right there as Albright, gasping for breath, gasping for anything he can get his hands on, and finally he is able to break the body scissors. But Reyes still has the clutch on the head and neck. Albright, inside cradle, gets back to his feet, rolls him up. Reyes reverses, he gets 3. Reyes is victorious over Brent Albright. Another successful championship defense.
IWC champion,
What a show of guts and intestinal fortitude by the IWC Heavyweight Champion here tonight. Probably has, you can see the referee can't even move that arm. No mobility left. Reyes got that submission just in time. So much pain put on that arm, that shoulder, as well as the back and kidneys as well. But somehow, the mark of a true champion, Reyes was able to persevere and retain the IWC Championship in perhaps his toughest fought defense to date. And you can see Reyes recognizes it was a hard-fought contest. Maybe he got lucky. Reyes was the better man tonight, and Brent Albright going to take it gracefully here. Or maybe not. Albright with a slap to the face. Albright just paintbrushed Reyes. Throw sportsmanship out the window. Albright, frustrated over losing the IWC title for the second month in a row, just took a cheap shot at Ricky Reyes out of the blue. My God, what a night it's been. We thank you for joining us. Brent Albright disrespects Reyes, but he's still IWC champion.